hopefully we're live. I'm going to give it half a second to see if we kick in over here. Come on. Catch up stream so I can tell if we're actually live or not.
Oh, we're live. I can see it.
Okay. Cool. It's good to know that this is broken for me. That's awesome. So I'm just going to refresh that, which is probably going to unmute the sound, which is great. Awesome. Okay, cool. Hi. I'm on my back foot tonight. I just very quickly need to... Here we go. Oh, folks. Hey, folks. Quick disclaimer before we begin. Pride After the Fall is a series about exploring queer identity. While we are here to have fun, our intent is to speak truthfully, pulling from our own lived experiences. Topics such as sexuality, bigotry, and trauma are inexorable from queer lives, and will undoubtedly come up during play. We appreciate that these topics can be upsetting for some viewers. By sharing our game, my only intent is to engender discussion, create solidarity, and give a little hope to a community ever beset by troubling times. Also, we'll be saying some naughty words, so heads up on that. And with that, hello everyone, and welcome to the party. My name is Fox, and I will be your hostess for tonight's game and the final installment, the third and final installment of Pride After the Fall. But before we get into that, quick reminder that capitalism waits for no one. We have sponsors. So first sponsor, first up, number one, Devin Rue, the mistress of maps. You can go over and buy a whole shitload of super cool maps at ruink.com. That's rueink.com. Second on the list, Tabletop Loot. They sell dice. You need dice. Go get dice. And when you get them at tabletoploot.com. Third, but definitely not last or least on the list, So Nerdware. Did you know they're our official merch store? They got a bunch of shit with our logos on them. How could that be? You should find out, and the way you should find that out is go over there, buy some of our crap, and use promo code WELCOME to get 10% off of that crap. It's good crap. So Nerdware, it's what the nerds wear. We also have a Patreon, because why not just give us money directly? That could be really fun for you. The reason it could be really fun for you, though, it's because you get, like, cool behind-the-scenes Patreon-y stuff. We have got podcasts that go up there early now. There's interviews with DMs. We've got, like, writing stuff. Like, Throck put a cool L5R thing up on there. I read it. You should read it. But you gotta send us money to read it, so head over to patreon.com/welcomepartyrpg. But enough of money. What of community? Well, we've got you there too, fam. Just head down to our Discord that's over there, or maybe over there if the chatbot's working. And hop into our Discord and come yell at me and tell me that I probably should stop talking so fast because I'm nervous. All right. Now that that's all out of the way. Hello, friends. Friends, welcome. Let's meet some more friends. Actually, let's talk to all these wonderful, wonderful people we've got all around this this table here. It occurs to me my layout's a little different. So this time, instead of starting with Michi like we usually do, we're gonna start with old Capjack. Hey, if you could just tell the nice folks who you are, where they can find you on Twitter, and who the hell are you playing tonight?
Hey everybody, I'm Capjack, or at Captain J Cross on the Twitters, and tonight I will be playing the one and only sysadmin, the community stitcher.
Hey Michi, same questions, but for you this time.
Hello, I'm Michi. You can find me on Twitter at Michisaurus, and tonight I am reprising Dot Matrix using the tiger role.
Excellent. Connor, you next.
Hi everyone, I'm Connor. I'm on Twitter at Connor A. Walters. Today I am reprising the role of Cassandra, who is the Iris.
And Nerdy, guess what? You're next.
Hey, yeah, Nerdy. You can find me on Twitter at Nerdy Titty. It's been a long day. Whew, boy, I can feel it. And tonight I am reprising Artemis Jet as the Arrival.
We got a lot of familiar faces around the table. As for me, I'm Fox. Again, you can find me at Fox_Barrett on Twitter. And I will be playing, well, let's just go with Ember for the moment. I'll get you her full name later, but I'll be playing Ember, the Torch. And the name's on the nose, I know. And the game we'll be playing tonight, I should also mention, is this wonderful thing. It is Dream Askew by Avery Alder. Again, because we love her. She's amazing. This is a GM-less, dice-less system, so shit's about to get real weird. This ain't your daddy's D&D. This ain't your mommy's D&D. This ain't your parent of intermittent genders D&D. There's no dice here. Kiss my ass, Traveler. Get out of here, GURPS. I have no animosity to those systems. I have a little bit of animosity towards Traveler, but I am starting to ramble, so...
Get wrecked, Rifts. If we're doing alliteration, I mean...
Yeah. Get wrecked, Riffs. I just made 2 of my friends start crying. But that's okay. So, what we're gonna do real quick then... oh, come on. Apologies. See, it's really important when you're... Even when you're not GMing, if you're just facilitating something, you should always have all of your prep just ready to go, especially if you're doing it live on the internet. But I'm not that smart. All right. This game does not have a fun, cute little intro, so I said fuck that and wrote one. So I'm going to read that real quick because I like to set the mood. Ah, you're back. Come to hear another one of my stories, eh? I think I know which one, too. No. Keep your money. It's a certain kind of folk. You tell them about the fall of Stonewall, and you see something in their eyes. This little shine in certain folk. Like it was the words they've been waiting to hear their whole lives. I know what you want. You want to know what happened after that fire was lit in the old Brook Harbor Stadium. You want to hear about ghosts and machines and werewolves and gardens and ill-mannered saviors in over their heads. You've got whispered questions about lidless eyes. You want to know what the Frost Shepherds did. It's a good story. Good stories don't come free. Never have. It's gonna cost you. Nothing much, though. Just your heart. So sit, pull in close to the fire. Our story begins, as ever, in a place of birth. Oh, sure, they called it a factory once. Made some god-awful shit called margarine there. But we had another name for it. Stone's Throw. And what we made there was a dream. So, we still have a few things. Thank you. We still have a few things to decide with regards to... Or no, I think we've got everything kind of squared away with our enclave. Haha, that's right, we did. We just finished it up before the stream started. I am so on the ball right now. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to go around and have everybody essentially reintroduce their character, but more fully this time, so that we all have a nice firm idea in our heads of who everyone is, like what they're bringing to this whole situation, where they're at. Because, as I mentioned, Dream Askew is GM-less. So something that's really important here is that we want to make sure that we're all on the same wavelength with everything. In fact, I will specifically say to any viewers that are watching, and definitely to anybody around this table who has played, For the Queen is what it's called. I've noticed that there's a tendency in that game to obfuscate, let us say, to hide motivations and to just generally be like, you don't know what I'm up to. Discard that notion here. I know it seems counterintuitive, but a lot of times if you hide motivations here, you will actually end up playing past each other because neither one knows what the other character is trying to angle for. So in a weird sort of way, table talk is very much encouraged in this game. So let's start putting some cards on the table for everyone. And to that end, much like I did with the introductions at the start, I'm going to start down with Jack, or as I guess in this case, does sysadmin go by Sys, or is it always the whole name?
Always the whole name.
Amazing. Fantastic. All right, so please introduce yourself, sysadmin. Tell us about the Stitcher.
Hello, everybody. Our name is sysadmin, and what we are, folks call us a Stitcher. Now, what that means around here is, you see, there's a little bit of circuitry going on here. These eyes, well, now they can see more than they used to. And take a couple of broken computer parts and put them into the right optic nerves, and suddenly you can see in all sorts of new different ways. Let's see. Got a
Yeah.
workshop. I
No, I was
don't
gonna
know.
say it's like, yeah, please, I thought you were stopping there, and I was like, no, read through your shit. It's all very good.
Okay, cool.
Just read your shit raw if you want to. Either way, this is fantastic though. I love it.
Fair. You might have noticed wearing gloves. At least I will be in about 2 minutes here. But yeah, that's because sometimes the sparks get a little angry if you just leave them running. And bad things will happen to your hands. So avoid that. Most folks, they hear the name sysadmin and they go, well, so why don't you go by like him or something like that? No, I'm a raven. Now, what does that mean here in this post-apocalyptic world? Well, it's a whole conversation, but to keep it short, Raven is someone that has taken bits and pieces and collected and reapplied to everything. And now we operate as more of a collective. And that's why we go by we, them. Now, as I mentioned, you saw the eyes and all sorts of different tubes and needles and things sticking out of my flesh. Well, that's just normal. And what? Sorry, BBS is telling me to hurry it the hell up. That's part of the symbiotes. Now, BBS, you might have heard of them before. Yeah, their ghost hangs around this parts. Let's see. As far as what I do around here, I'm a psionicist, and I also help people with the upkeep of their bodies, whether that's using meat or using silicone, I suppose. Let's see.
Around here, either, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I get a lot of my supplies all over the place. Most of them, it's taking apart old things and making them into something better, and people bring me just the weirdest shit. Let me tell you. Woo! But you'll be seeing that. Let's see. A couple key relationships, as I mentioned, BBS, ghost that hangs around this place. They originally came from Stonewall, and they've been very, very informative. And there's a certain special someone who always makes me flustered. But let's see. And do I go into lore? Or...
Nah, don't bother with your lure.
Okay.
We'll get to lures later. They're great.
And
Well,
that's about it.
Well, Dot, good news. You get to follow that. Oh,
Jesus.
wait. No, wait. Should we do questions first? No, we should know everybody's characters, then do questions. Yeah. So yes, congratulations, Vici. Tell us about Dot Matrix and how's she these days? When in doubt, just run down your list of keywords. It's okay. It is okay. No pressure here. All right. This is a safe, open table. You just be you, honey.
My name is Dot Matrix. And I've been through some shit. I got these scars. That's what these glasses are here to kind of hide a little bit. And these tattoos, they ain't pretty because you don't get pretty in the apocalypse. But they mean something. So that's what's important. I call my gender gargoyle. Gargoyles, like they were originally made, catch the water, drifted away from the building. That's what I do. I take on being scary and intimidating and use it to protect my people. Wear a lot of leather, a lot of neon hair, you know how that goes. My gang makes sure to, our thing is to protect people. So we keep clean drugs around for them to go grafting. And we have some medical supplies to patch them up when they need it. The downside is that we bleed some psychic instability in an area, and it's been a little bit weird. Shit gets a little bit weird. I got my leather daddy, and real good to me. And I got this sibling in the gang that's just they're out for blood.
Okay, Dot.
What's good? I'm sorry.
No, don't you dare be sorry. Dot is a lot. In this case, we'll go ahead and usually we skip over me, but I'll go ahead and just go next. I still feel intimidated on having to try to follow that act. Geez, extemporaneous speaking. So yeah, I am Ember. You'll notice the quotes down here. That's because it's short for something. It's short for flickering embers of a torch snuffed out that catch their tattered remnants and light the fires of defiance that keep us warm. Or Ember. Witches are a little weird. We're different. She has very fiery eyes, and her face, I think, is it's described as a marked face, but I think it's more like she tends to draw like these intricate like patterns of red lines like along the edges of her face, mostly to scare folk, honestly, just to be obnoxious and terrifying. Her gender obviously is goddess. I think if you were to ask her what her sexuality is, she would just sort of wryly smile and say misandrist. She wears a combination of like obviously awful like witchy new age stuff, like lots of black, lots of flowy loose clothing. It's a combination of that and rave wear. So it's also just like a lot of like weird neon and bright colors and things that are what's that word for stuff that's glow in the dark? Photoreactive. Like that kind of shit. She leads rituals also. In the parlance of the game, she leads the bacchanal and participates in augury. In our universe, that means that like she's the person you go to set up riots. She leads blossomings, which I think we still do in some capacity. And augury's a little weird on account of sometimes we use ground up computer parts and snort them, and that's how we have psychic powers. Ember has some thoughts on why that is, but hey, magic's weird that way. The problem is there is a looming threat that only I understand, and it's that the psychic maelstrom sends wolves to devour us. Is that literal wolves? Is that metaphorical wolves? We're gonna play to find out. And then I've got a few emotional loose ends. I've got the coven that I was asked to leave because they're jerks, and I've got my chosen sisters, and that's Ember. Connor, tell us about Cassandra.
Hello, everyone. Character is Cassandra. The look that she has is a willowy frame with ruined eyes. Her post-apocalyptic gender is listed as emerging. I'm not entirely sure what that means yet, but I think that's appropriate given the name emerging. Her wardrobe is casual wear and ceremonial garb, and so in my mind, that's something like if you were dressed up in like hoods and robes, but your hood was like a hoodie. That is the kind of look I imagine Cassandra in. She has psychic gifts of fortune telling and absolution. She's been told by the psychic maelstrom that love is the only salvation. Her key relationships are the Weird Eater she created, which is a ghost that can devour light waves, which basically allows for invisibility selectively. And then also the weepy trans girl whose past she is erasing. And so she had been captured way back in our first game and came back towards the end of the second game, changed. And one of the things that's changed is with the psychic maelstrom going on, her powers are stronger and she hasn't grafted in a while. So she seems to have gotten a different connection to everything that's going on in terms of her psychic powers. And that's where she's at. So
Welcome back, Cassandra. I am terrified to think what happened to you while you were in their clutches. Speaking of, hey Artemis, welcome back. Shit's been weird while you were gone. Tell us about yourself, Art.
Well, it's been a while since been back, been around. had some things go south on me while I was away, but I'm here, a little more bandaged than everybody remembers me. But I'm also wearing a bloody prison jumpsuit, and when I did come back, fleeing, I had a truck that I managed to stockpile a bunch of food supplies in before I came hot riding back. And I knew exactly where the enclave was because this whole time my daughter has been there. And let's see, key relationships. Obviously, the people that I fled with, the most specifically the shock troopers we talked about at the end of the last game.
Yeah.
We talked about them being a potential anti-vigilante type
Yeah.
task force that was sort of the reason that things went south for me before I left, and the gentle soul who invited me to share their bed.
Okay. So that is our crew for tonight's game. But before we get into a little more nitty gritty, over on the PDF at the bottom of the character creation section for every character, there is a question that you are to ask to the person to your left. So in this case, again, we're just kind of going to go around in that order as it is on the stream. So sysadmin's going to ask Dot, Dot's going to ask me, I'm going to ask Cassandra, Cassandra's going to ask Artemis, Artemis is going to ask sysadmin. So we'll go around like in that order because we're not really around a table, so this is very hard for me.
Sure.
So that means we'll be starting with you, sysadmin. If you could pick one of those two questions at the bottom that says to ask left, and ask those questions of Dot. And these are not like to say like specifically in character you are walking up to them and getting in their face and asking them this question point blank. This is more of it's what the game calls idle dreaming, which, in any other game this would be just open table talk. Like this is something you're asking the player about the character essentially. So
Fair. Well, I think, what broken thing does Dot have that I could fix?
Oh God. That's a really good question.
it's a very good question. And it could
Is
be
that
something
keeping in mind the kind of things that I fix, or?
that is for y'all to interpret and work out between yourselves. You can take that as widely as you want. Like it could be like, hey, you know what I have that you could fix? Like my relationship to someone, or this gun that's jammed, or like, could you fix this door? It's hanging weird. My cocaine addiction, like any of those things. Some problem. Now, sysadmin is especially good at fixing. What was your whole deal? You were like into like computer shit and the weird psychic phenomenon that was going on, as I recall.
Yeah, psionics and body upkeep are the particulars.
Yeah, so
brain
like,
and body.
if you have a bad habit you wanted fixed, like sysadmin might be able to hook you up with that. Or if you just have like a phone you wish would get working again, something like that. Anything.
The dock has a locket that the hinge is broken on and won't open anymore.
That's very good.
All right.
Okay, Dot. Same type deal. You get some questions at the bottom of your sheet on the character creation, and then you get to ask them of Ember. Or ask one of them, rather, of Ember.
Why don't you trust me?
Why don't I trust the Bears? Let's see. Well, I always took them to be sort of the most militant faction among us, and all this violence. I don't know. Let's see. Well, no, because I don't know. At the same time, I'm saying like I think Ember's down for that though. I think, in fact, actually, thinking on it, that's probably how she got kicked out of her coven originally, is that they were all like, we need to chill. And Ember was like, no, we need to burn some motherfuckers to the ground. So I don't trust you specifically. I think because you want me to trust you too much. And as a result, like, I think you take so much onto yourself that, like, no person can handle that much pressure. And I am waiting for the day it obliterates you in some horrifyingly, like, spectacular way that is going to hurt everybody at the Enclave. That's why I don't trust you. Too responsible, Dot. I'm not saying Ember's a good person.
I mean, that's
alright.
fair though.
Okay, so I need to ask one of these of Cassandra. Are you among my followers and devotees?
Um,
And if you need me to elaborate more on maybe what it is I do, I can get into that if that'll help you answer.
yeah, why don't you do a little bit of that?
So, Ember, I'm trying to figure out, like, in my head, the thought is, like, gay party witch is, like, sort of my touchstone for her. And she definitely is, the one that's always willing to get up in front of a crowd and shout a whole bunch, and always runs the best parties. And, like, on top of that, she does still get to fiddle around with the psychic maelstrom a little bit. She does tap into that with all of her dumb witchery, and as a result, she can kind of get glimpses of things that are going to happen, or that are happening elsewhere. So people sort of gather to her in a very, like, okay, what do we do next? What do we do next? So she's fallen. It's like if some kind of weird raver girl was, like, then seen as, like, oh, okay, well, you're obviously in charge and you know what we should be doing, and it's like, okay, well, if y'all are gonna listen to me. So yeah, people tend to go to her for advice in that regard because she does have a very literal connection for casting things.
To that extent, I would say no, Cassandra's not a follower of that. I think for a couple of reasons. I think Cassandra is not as much of a hedonist, so she's a little more avoidant of the bacchanal stuff. Also, I think there's probably some jealousy over the fact that she was the oracle back in the dialect days, and now people are sort of looking to this new source of comfort.
Totally.
So,
absolutely. All right. Now you get to ask questions of Artemis, or ask question.
all right, Artemis. How has Cassandra unsettled you in recent days?
Oh, I think it mostly has to do with the fact that Artemis was 100% sure Cassandra was dead. Like, Artemis looked for her, tried to figure out if they had her in captivity, but didn't find anything. And then now she's here and changed in ways that Artemis isn't sure about.
That makes sense.
And finally, Artemis, your question for Sis Admin.
Why do you wish I had never arrived?
Ooh.
That is brutal!
It's a very good presumption.
It's like for the queen, but we all have to answer each other's questions, and it's fucked.
I think the reason we wish you'd never come back is we blame you for the death of BBS.
That's fair.
You didn't save them.
Is that fair? I don't know that that's fair.
It may not be, but Artemis thinks
It
it's
doesn't have to be fair.
Oh, honey, no.
It's
Artemis. It's unfair that Sis thinks that, and it's also unfair that Artemis agrees. That's not okay. Are you kidding me? Given everything that was going on during the fall. Okay, so, and that's kind of where our characters are sort of starting. So now we kind of have to figure out sort of what makes sense is sort of like our first scene of what people are doing, what they're up to, or what we kind of want to go to explore. Just as a reminder, as much for the folks at home as us, like when we last left our heroes, like we sort of made friends with some werewolves in a grove to the south, and some people in the enclave had started making noises about just up and going down there, and like, fuck it, we live in the forest now. We as you know, Artemis kind of mentioned, there are hegemonic forces roaming outside the wall, shooting people, which seems not cool. Don't quite know what's up with that. Some of them were staging inside of a big stadium, which we blew up with margarine. Because if you give us lemons, a little bit of lemonade that'll burn your fucking house to the ground, apparently. Out east, there was the Lidless, who have just started making tentative connections to the Enclave. We know that they are way into psychic phenomenon, and they're a little spooky. I didn't really have like an idea of like a visual in mind of what they look like. I mean, the first thing that jumps to mind is like, I don't know, they're a bunch of like Cthulhuoid cultists, but it's like, I don't know, maybe more interesting if they were like weirdly clean shaven and clean cut. So there's a Lidless.
Oh wow, I just got a great idea then.
Please share.
Kind of think Mormons but psychic.
Ooh. Oh, that's so good.
Psychic
That
Mormon.
description.
Oh, that's so good. Just in little clean white shirt. It's after the end of the world. How are their shirts so white and clean and their little crisp ties?
That's
their
Mother
secret.
Dudley.
Their little tight haircuts. And then just, hello, we have come to tell you about the eye.
I see what you did there.
Did I do something there?
See what you did with the eye.
Oh.
And the...
Oh.
I see what you did there. Double it up.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, I don't want to play this game anymore. I'm going to go. And is there anything else outstanding? People had found a computer on the other side of the river, because there's a river a little northeast of us, and across that river there's a windmill, and that windmill is attached to a computer, which may or may not be inside of a store that we found. And that computer, supposedly, people have told us, supposedly you can get on the internet from that computer. What that means, what that internet is, not a lot of us know. But that's what they've claimed. And that's kind of the state of our world as we begin. So, this is always kind of the rough part of any game of Dream Askew, unfortunately. So let's start from a point of, hey, like, Artemis, like, how long have you been back? Because that's not something we set up in the last game, exactly. We just knew that you were, like, alive on the other side of the wall. It's sort of in between these two games that Artemis actually returned to the Enclave. Is it an interesting thing to start with, maybe, like, the first time she comes back and sort of blow out from there?
It could. I have something, or I have a kind of idea of what that
Hit
would
me,
sort of
or hit
look
us,
like.
really.
So I guess my question is, how long has it been since the Frost Shepherd showed up?
Oh, right. I knew I forgot one big giant thing. Yeah, also the Frost Shepherds arrived. Whatever the fuck those are. We had some ideas, which I am slightly blanking on at the moment.
I believe it was a mixture of the riot forces and the opposite forces coming in and telling us that we've been lied to. Oh, and that the lidless were bad.
Okay, that's right. We'd kind of softly decided that was the culmination of, like, the weird people we'd seen walking around town. The people that Jesse had seen, that they were the Frost Shepherds, essentially. And that, yeah, they had left, but they had found some truth about the world. And from them we had picked up that, like, no. Mimetic virus? That's some dumb... Pontypool is just a movie. Shut up, you idiots. It's psychic phenomenon is real.
That whole hegemony thing is just a giant lie they're telling you to keep you in line. The rest of the world don't work like that.
Now, why they're going around shooting folk, that's a good question. Like, maybe
There's
that's...
too many people talking about that it ain't true makes too many people question what's going on.
Oh, so you think maybe that the Frost Shepherds are still working in alignment with the hegemony then?
Oh, no. I thought the hegemony was the one going around shooting people. I didn't know it was the Frost Shepherds.
Apologies, I was confused. I had taken that to mean that the Frost Shepherds were a force of like people from the hegemony who were working with them initially, like some nasty special forces guys or something, found out about the whole lie about the virus, and then went out into the wildlands and have just been cleaning house because whatever reason they have. But I may have misunderstood.
They were like coming back to be like, no, the hegemony's wrong, and we're gonna burn them to pieces. That's what I had.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought there was like two separate forces there, but it's been a week.
Yeah.
We're all confused. Fantastic. Well, that's good news. We get to reach consensus here then. So yes. Yeah. I mean, well, so here's the thing then. Is it more? Are the Frost Shepherds more interesting if they are aligned against the hegemony then? Because that does give us like another group that's potentially an ally rather than antagonistic towards us. We've already got werewolves. Why not?
Like
Why not paramilitary folk? Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So
That's
yeah.
right, because it was that YA ending we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, it's book 3. Everything's a lie. Ha, Jacob.
So maybe that's what it was that Jesse saw them like with he just thought they were like just randomly executing people, but in fact they were like shooting down people that they knew were associated with hegemony who were out here looking for something, and that's who these Frost Shepherds were like just gunning down. All right, so getting back to Artemis showing up for the first time, so yeah, if you've got an idea there, like what does that look like coming into this mess, this factory with all these people? If we want to stick to the timeline, like it could be like winter time still. I imagine it's very, very cold. We established that it's wherever we are, it's damp all the time. So it's a lot of puddles of water or like small frozen like slicks of like black ice and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, and then it's just Artemis in this truck, and it's not really specific. It just says truck, so I kind of imagine it as like a delivery truck with food in it that she stole, and she's hauling ass. So she's probably like fishtailing and sliding all over the place as she gets up to the factory, and she stumbles out of the truck because she's like injured and like just barely escaped.
So like and my inclination here is to assume that like the bears would be the people like essentially the closest thing we have to border guards. So I mean like Dot, like is it some of the gang that's out there? Are you out there on that? Like who meets her?
I feel like Dot would go out like herself, because it's one thing if there's a threat around the area, you can send people out, but if there's something coming into the enclave, it's like, nope, I gotta handle this myself.
Okay. Oh, so like maybe y'all like see the truck coming, so like maybe it's there's somebody like we get like a shot of like somebody sitting like at a window of the factory or something, and they're sitting there and they're like smoking or whatever, and just kind of like look out and like glint out into the distance. And we see this like truck, this little tiny dust of a truck like coming towards us, and they put up a pair of binoculars, and like we see through the binoculars and through the windshield. It's just Artemis just going like, oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez. And like they get up on the radio and it's just like, hey daddy,
Yeah.
You are never gonna believe who the hell is driving up to our front door.
Oh Lord, what is it this time?
You should probably get down there yourself and find out. I ain't dealing with it. And they go back to smoking their cigarette.
Such a lousy ass.
Does your gang
Okay.
have guns, actually? I wonder? Like, do we have
Did we?
firearms? We never established.
Yeah, we have knives. I know that much.
Yes. We have
I know
knives
they had
and
a lot of
sticks.
makeshift weapons as well.
Yeah, I think
I would think they'd be more close range kind of weapons or things that you can make from forest stuff because the werewolves did the training, so
yeah.
bows are the height of stuff, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Especially, like, if we're, like, raid sporting goods stores or whatever. If there's just, like, you know, like hunting crossbows and stuff. So, yeah, I just imagine that they're sitting there smoking, and they just, like lean back with their little crossbow. And then,
Quiet,
yeah,
too.
like the camera, like, goes out of that window, and, like, we see the top of Dot's head, and it, like, comes down behind her as she's, like, going out to meet this truck that's got Artemis in it. And then, yeah, what happens?
Yeah, Artemis stumbles out of the truck, clutching her side. Get Dot. And then she like falls to one knee.
And like as this is happening, Dot comes out of the building and goes, "Ah, fuck." And she will like walk over and Artemis.
Yeah.
Okay, you're alive. That's good.
Yeah.
You probably need a doctor, don't you? All right, let's
Yeah.
go do that, and then we can figure out what the hell is going on here. So I guess Dot would probably take Artemis to sysadmin because that's the closest thing we've got to a doctor.
Sure. So, like, I mean, does Dot, like, pick up Artemis? Is it like you gotta get a couple other bears to, like, help you carry her, or?
Probably get someone else to like do the one on each side, arms over shoulders, hop along.
Sure. And yeah, just kind of like dragging poor Artemis in. Like, I think, like, as she's being dragged by, like, we just Ember like has like a tent maybe like towards the front of the factory floor or something, and it's just kind of like flaps it open, and there's like just like 4 naked people in a pile behind her.
Jesus.
And she just kind of like looks out, and like really all she's wearing is like a witch hat, and just kind of like watches this scene go by and goes, awesome time, and kind of like flaps, and like the flap goes back. And then yeah, like what is this scene with sysadmin and you two?
And I'm pretty sure I should get a token right now, right?
Potentially. What's your lure? Let's see.
Whenever someone comes to you with something precious that needs fixing.
Oh wow. So that so yeah, so they would get a token in that card. So I think this is Dot gets a token for that then, yeah. Because yeah, your lure is something someone does like with
Right.
you essentially that causes them to generate a token. Yes, tokens. I should explain that for the audience in case anybody is watching this. So in Dream Askew, there are 3 kinds of moves you can make. You can make strong moves, weak moves, and regular moves. Regular moves you can do for free. Strong moves cost you a token to perform, and they're like really intense stuff. Like okay, I say that, and then I'm like looking at work hard and get the job done. Eavesdrop undetected on a conversation. Look, trust me, this makes sense depending on the playbook. Kill someone. There we go. You know, say just the right thing to extinguish someone's fear and bolster their confidence. Strong moves. Normally, to get access to those, you must first do a weak move, which generates a token. And that's dumb shit like get high at the worst possible moment. Promise something you can't possibly deliver. I'm just reading the Tiger's sheet. Take apart something crucial and repurpose its parts. So yeah, you do dumb shit or shit that's dramatically interesting or shit that makes you vulnerable in order to then have a payoff later. It's a very cool and very elegant system. And I should definitely have my frickin' moves in front of me. That would be a smart thing to do. So yes, so yeah, you've got 1 token, Dot, so Congratulations.
So Dot will be at Sis Edmund's workshop, just like pounding on the door. Hey, need some help.
Hold on a second. Just hear crashing and a little bit of banging and son of a bitch. Oh, well, I'll fix that later. Opens the door, like attaching a finger. What?
Got an injury. I don't know what happened.
That what I'm fixing, or is that the spare parts?
It's one you're fixing.
Got it. All right.
People are not spare parts. We've been over this.
Look, you can't make something from the. Okay, fine.
Look, if they can send
Philosophy later.
parts.
All right, come on in.
Pull Artemis in.
Is Artemis conscious?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hello there, lovely. What's your name?
Artemis.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Sis Admin. What? Oh, you're that Artemis. Oh, you're that Artemis. All right.
What's that supposed to mean?
BBS says hi. All right, get her up on the table. And getting to walk over to the. This is just a really large pegboard filled with all sorts of tools. And gonna take out some wire cutters and some clamps and hacksaw. Just wander on over. All right, so what the hell happened to you here?
Escaping didn't go as well as I'd hope. I couldn't save anybody. I think my ribs are broken. There might be more damage. I didn't stick around to figure it out.
Like poking and prodding and things like that. Yep, that's broken. Let's see. Oh, hold on a second.
I feel like the two bears that dragged her in are just over there like squirming in the corner of the scene, just like. Ugh.
How you handle pain?
I can handle pain.
Good. Bite down on this.
Oh God.
Offers a belt.
She bites down on it.
I think the two bears leave at that point.
Doc just pulls out a flask and offers it. It's like, this will help.
And the hand makes really weird motions and spreads apart the wound. Let's see here. And it's agony, by the way. Just let's see. Good news, bad news. I'm just kidding. I ain't got no good news. Well, we nicked part of the lung, but I can fix that. But try to do as little breathing as you can for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna wander over and grab let's see, rubber tubing, duct tape.
Okay, I just have to stop the table for a second and say, if this turns into Saw, I'm leaving.
No.
No, I love this slice approach to being a doctor, though.
Okay.
Is this how sysadmin normally operates, or is this an opportunity in which he is using his weak move? Or, I'm sorry, in which they are using their weak move?
It's going to be a regular move.
Interesting. So this is not treating someone like a project instead of a person. This is still...
Correct.
This is the standard person treatment.
Really? Wow. This is normal for sysadmin. This is Tuesday for them. Apologies.
Yep.
Please continue.
It's the apocalypse. What you want? Sterile bandages?
Yes. I know someone's got good medicine.
The bears keep those.
Oh.
You can
Everybody's
always tell
fine.
us, right?
Oh, do the bears like when you say the bears keep those? Do they like keep those? Like they don't share them with the enclave? They use them for
They share them when they're needed. But this is a little bit more than some sterile bandages can fix, and that's why we're here.
Okay.
Look, sysadmin always fixes something. It may not be entirely what people expect, but it always works.
Okay.
That's
Anyway,
what
as you were saying, anyway.
While sysadmin is like rifling through cabinets and picking things out, Dot's gonna just look over and yell, "No cybernetics!
What?
Don't give her any cybernetics. She has no place to consent to that."
Fair point.
Artemis, have you ever even heard the word cybernetics before?
Probably not.
Okay.
Assuming that inside the hegemony they don't do that, because that would be a deviation.
Absolutely.
No, she's never.
Oh, a good descriptor. So basically, Artemis is working on someone that kind of looks like a Borg.
I don't know what that means either because I never watched Star Trek.
Oh, cool. Basically, lots of metal and glass and yeah, cyborg.
Okay.
But it's very janky. So, all right, fine. I'll use the inert parts. And yeah, is gonna do fix or make something partially or shoddily because, ooh, can't let me use the good stuff. So you're gonna heal. It's gonna hurt, but you're gonna heal faster than you would have normally, and you're gonna be ultimately fine, I think.
Okay. So we close on this scene then. Is it just like you go for some god awful piece of like Jaws of Life looking
There's the
shit?
accordion.
Perfect. And we just sort of like cut to like the external view of those two bears just like looking back at the door, and it's just like, ugh. And what do we pick up with? Like what's Cassandra up to?
I don't know.
Okay.
I am
Fair.
trying to think and focus, and it's a little difficult because I have a headache, but
Oh.
I'm making it work.
Okay.
But I don't know yet. I'm happy to take suggestions, I suppose, and sort
Sure.
of start from there.
And at any point, like something like makes sense to you, or you feel good to jump in.
Just jump in. Sounds
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and of course, if there are any NPCs that you either have been established or you think should be there, jump into those too. Those are always good. So I kind of almost want to like jump ahead to whatever the recovery looks like for Artemis. Like, is this a like hours later she then stumbles out of the door, looking somewhat better than she did, or is it like no, you need to lay down somewhere, or like I guess it's like when you're done with someone, do you kick them out of your workshop, or do you have a place for them? Do you have a like an ICU or whatever, or not ICU, but wherever you go after you have a surgery. I don't know.
What privacy?
I'm a trans person. What do I know for surgery?
Ouch.
Woo.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But no, I don't know where you go after surgery. Does sysadmin have one of those?
Like a recovery space?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's same room.
Okay.
Like you're there till the next person needs it, I guess.
Just put you up on the pegboard next to that.
Oh, that's a great idea. Why did you say that?
I don't because I thought it would be a joke. Okay, so what does recovery look like in sysadmin's workshop?
Actually, it's probably a hammock.
Oh, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
Because it's like super awkward, but it's easy to like put up and take down and get out of the way.
Yeah. And then just put a bucket underneath of it to catch the fluids, you know.
Oh god damn it. This is turning into the Sabat game. So,
Look, I'm trying to keep it light, and I'm the Samitsi. I'm sorry.
I never would have guessed. Anyway, well then I guess I'll just have to channel my inner Malkavian. I think at some point after the carnal show of horrors goes down,
Once they get into it, they're actually incredibly professional. It just,
I don't doubt it.
it's janky equipment.
Yeah, it is a situation of needs. I think there's a shave and a haircut's knock on the door.
Hello.
And then it repeats, patiently waiting for someone to respond appropriately. There it is. And Ember throws open the door very dramatically. Just kind of stretching and just like taking up as much space as she possibly can. Clothed this time, at least. As clothed as Ember gets. I mean, I figure like she's probably wearing like a tube top right now. Like a silver tube top that's like reflective. And of course like a big witchy hat. And like leather pants that are like 3 sizes too small. And just kind of strides into the room. And it's like, I heard y'all got a new arrival. Where's the newbie?
I mean, look up, and it ain't she ain't new. She's original.
Wait, you said look up. Is Artemis literally above us?
Yeah.
It's just like look up there. It's like, oh, well, cute butt. Hello up there. Hi.
Hi.
Oof, you look a little worse for the wear. Welcome. Welcome to our enclave of delights. Do I know you? Wait a minute. She kind of like... At that point, I think I start busying myself to look for a ladder to try and figure out how to get up there. Sorry, what was your response?
I said, were you at Stonewall?
Oh, you mean before? Mm-hmm. Like drag a ladder over, like a ladder. Like right through whatever Sis Admin's doing.
Crashes.
Ember pays it no mind, just drags the ladder over and starts choke up it. Yep. No, I remember Stonewall from a little over a year ago. Yeah, before we left, before the big exodus, as my sisters like to call it. They're very boring. And I just kind of doof up on the top step of it and kind of like look very closely at your face because I feel like I know you from somewhere.
Yeah, Artemis.
Doesn't ring a bell. Sorry.
Hmm.
Welcome though. But if you know about the old Stonewall, then you know about blossomings, and I don't need to tell you anything about that.
No. I had my blossoming.
You had that blossoming. You didn't have this one. And how can you possibly be one of our little tomatoes if you don't have a blossoming? She's not respecting her personal space in the slightest.
She can't move away because it hurts to move. So just like,
And you'd fall out of the hammock.
yeah.
So that, like, yeah, you're, again, how high? Because I'm up a ladder, so I figure, like, we're up, like, 6, 7 feet, 8 feet, 9 feet.
Sky's the limit. It's factory. I don't know.
True.
Okay. Sure.
Oh, I was informing. Sorry, I wasn't looking for, like... I mean, I guess your consent's important. Whatever, you're here, we're gonna have a party with it. It's gonna be friggin' great. So, so yeah, you used to be... So why didn't you come with us? What happened? She starts to put it together, because you said you were wearing, like, a prison uniform, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's just very slowly putting it together. Oh, you got captured, huh? Oof.
Not right away.
Yeah, too busy saving the world and not, individual people. Looking like they're having a conversation with someone that neither y'all can see.
I think like I kind of like stick my head over poor Artemis at this point. Like I kind of push up to like look down and around at sysadmin. It's just like, hey, rude, not talking to you.
Well, I wasn't talking to you either.
What?
This is an A and B conversation. I see you all the way up there.
I get I get really close to Artemis. You'll have to forgive them. They're a lot. And I don't mean like a handful. They're just like a lot. Like when you have one, like you and me, we're just like one. They're like a lot. So you'll get used to it. You're going to have so much fun here.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic. So you look like death warmed over. We'll see if we can't get you moving and walking around again. Is there anything that you need? Do you need I don't know, I guess food or water or sis admin, sorry. Y'all have been like feeding and watering this poor creature, yes?
Watering.
People need water.
That you just like the blank look is happening.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, that's what I figured.
Yeah, I mean,
Speaking of food,
they're not leaking no more.
Speaking of
That's
food,
true.
I would love to hear about food.
The truck. You pull that in. It's got supplies in it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure someone's taking care of it. Cut to. Dot, what are your bears doing with the truck? It's your gang. I don't know what the fuck they're up to.
Was the truck still running when Artemis stumbled out of it?
Mm.
Yes. Yeah.
So Dot would have like driven the truck around back to the loading bay because it's a factory. There's going to be loading bays. And just like pulled it up and been like, all right, let's see if she brought us any goodies. And just get out and go around and open it up and just, holy fuck.
What's it full of?
It's stockpile of food, so it's probably something non-perishable.
Or actually, yeah, I almost like that. I like we get that reverse shot of like with the camera's inside the truck. It goes, and we see Dot revealed, and she's just like, whoa. And then we cut back to Artemis, who's like, my truck is full of what?
Non-perishables. It's probably nothing super tasty, but it's food.
We've been eating paste around here, so believe me, we'll take anything we can get. Oh, the oranges have been nice. Oh, tell me you like orange juice.
Yes. I like
Fantastic, because
oranges.
we're having mimosas, and I slide down the ladder and run off to go make mimosas. I mean, and that scene can just like end there or whatever, but like,
Beautiful.
it all started as like, hey, can I get you anything? And you're like, well, I have food. It's like, oh yeah, good idea, mimosas. Whee! So, good job, Ember. Ember, who never, I don't even think did I even say my name in there anywhere? I don't know if I did.
Nope.
No.
Not once.
So yeah, Artemis, this
and then
strange
it
woman
ends with
came in.
Artemis just going, who was that?
It's good.
Oh, that's Amber.
Okay. Good to know.
She is good to know. It's true. Yeah, and then I mean, we could roll forward then in time at that point to like, Ember's been going around like telling everybody like, we're having a blossoming. We haven't had a blossoming in forever. There hasn't been any new people. And Artemis, like, a lot of like her like thing like, no, Artemis counts. No, that's technically, because this isn't Stonewall. She had a Stonewall blossoming, and that's different. This is a Stone's Throw blossoming, and that is a whole other thing.
I think this could be an interesting conversation that Cassandra's a part of, because back in dialect, blossomings were sort of nixed as a thing because they were being used in propaganda against us, and so
Yeah.
they've returned since Cassandra's been gone. I think is a source of some kind of conflict or a chance to communicate information, or there's something there. I think.
Sure,
I don't know who else
absolutely.
on that scene or who's having that conversation with her, but
I mean, yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, is that something where like you think like she would get into well, like while Amber's running around and like telling some of the nice naked people that were in her tent like go tell everybody. Like, would it be something like where Cassandra like confronts her about it, or like maybe it could just be some random person we haven't yet introduced.
It could be any of those things.
She-
It also might make sense if it's like if Artemis is still recovering, maybe Cassandra is talking to Dot because Dot is the only person left from the old group that
Well, Jesse's still running around somewhere too, so.
oh yeah, Jesse is running
But
around. That's
he's
true. I forgot
actually,
that.
yeah. So I was
And
thinking about that.
count.
Well, he's in a weird place. Like, I imagine would he be one of Dot's bears at this point? Because that's kind of where he was heading at that point. He said he'd given up his old branch and that he was gonna go sort of hang with them. So do you figure he's still kicking around with them, or is he off doing his own like weird, grim shit since the loss of BBS?
Like, Dot would definitely have offered him a place.
Okay, I feel like he would have taken it. And I suspect he probably gives Sis Admin like a wide berth. It's just like, nope, I can't.
Sadman, anytime Jesse's in the area, is just falls all over himself too.
Oh no. Is that who that is? Oh, that's so good.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh geez, yeah. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. Then yeah, like maybe that's what it is. Maybe like where does Cassandra hang out somewhere, or would she go to see Dot, or what's a good setting for this? Like,
I mean, Dot also would have been looking for Cassandra to be like, hey, Artemis is back.
This is true. Yeah, so I guess we have some sort of in Quiet Year we established that there was some sort of a occult space. I think it was like a tent.
Yeah.
So that's probably where Cassandra would have sort of started hanging out again once she returned.
Totally. It's also like definitely where like well, I don't know. No, that's not where my old coven hangs out because my old coven hates the new technology. That's right. And that was sort of we were doing a bunch of grafting in there and they were very leery of that. So yeah, never mind. But yeah. So yeah, y'all are in there and I figure it's later in the evening now, or if it's the same day or not. But like the sun's kind of gone down, and like I imagine there's if not firelight, then at least candlelight maybe.
Candlelight is good.
Yeah, and obviously like light of the stars because we're way out from the proper city of the hegemony, so like a lot of that light pollution has died down, and you actually get a bunch of starlight. And yeah, y'all are in that tent. What's up? What happens?
So Dot would have come in with like a box of protein bars from the truck. Just kind of like thumped him down next to Cassandra. Brought you something?
Where? How? Where? What?
Artemis brought them.
Okay, that's stranger. Artemis is alive? No.
When I left her, she was alive.
Okay.
Left her with cis admin. So.
How?
I don't know yet. There was a truck that came barreling through, and then Artemis fell out of it.
Interesting. I should say something, maybe?
Yeah.
Interesting. When?
Earlier today. I would have come earlier, but she was injured, so I had to get her.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting. I feel like I should have seen this coming. Interesting. Are we doing anything about it? What are people thinking? What are we supposed to do?
I don't know. That one weird witch, Ember, wants to throw a blossoming, apparently.
Mm. We do those still? I thought there was that whole thing.
I mean, the way we did it in Stonewall isn't what we're doing here. It's just another excuse for a party.
Great. More parties. Uh, okay. Do we have do we know when that'll happen?
I have no idea. This is new to me. Like, as I was coming over here, she's running around in that hat.
Should I be there? What do you bring to a stone's throw blossoming? What is that?
I don't even know.
Huh.
Usually running patrol during them.
Do they still need me for that? The blossoming. I had the cards, that was a whole thing. I guess they've just been kind of doing that without, huh?
I guess
Is there
so.
like a new who leads those now?
Don, I think you would actually know the few times we've had a blossoming that Ember has sort of been the de facto runner on. There is a lot less, I think, of a like spiritual awakening focus on it, and more. It is much closer to a riot now.
Yes.
Honestly, this is an excuse to blow off steam and use the rare electricity. Like it's a blossoming. I think I mentioned a lot of time we use a lot of natural light, and like I said, like candles and fires and stuff. For this, we actually like turn the lights on in the in the factory, and like we play music, like whatever music we've got, but we play music like through speakers and things, and like we really blow it out for these. So, and Dot would know all that. Cassandra, I don't know, but
yeah. No, like these kids, they're not as concerned with, because like once you get here, you already know who you are, or at least you have a decent idea of it, and you don't need that feeling of being seen, that everything's gonna be all right. More letting off steam that you had to fight to get so hard to be here.
Interesting. Thank you for letting me know. I have to do some thinking about this.
I think around that point you hear Jesse's voice just yelling like, "Boss! Boss!" Like looking around trying to find Dot.
All right, I'll let you go. If you need anything, let me know.
Thank you. I'll see you around.
Yeah. I'm gonna squeeze Cassandra's shoulder before heading out.
She appreciates that.
No.
Probably the end of the scene.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like I don't think we necessarily like see her talk to Jesse. I think it's like as you're leaving the tent, like we get like a glimpse of him, sort of like off in the distance, and he just like runs over and to tell you something.
Yeah, like Dot would step in and be like, "Boy, what do you want?"
I'm loading the truck like you told me to, you. No, I imagine he's in a much grimmer place these days. It's more of just like a just reporting in, Mama Bear. We did the thing. Yeah.
Poor Jesse.
He's yeah. I gotta imagine like the longer this has gone on, like the harder he's hardened, and just he has none of that joy he used to have now. And I imagine like he's probably one of the more militant bears, but like not in a like rah rise up and fight kind of way, but just in that like he's the scary guy sitting in the back whose eyes are super cold and hard. It's just like Jesse doesn't say much these days, but boy is he spoiling for a fight. Poor guy. He did not. I don't think he took BBS's passing well. Sure. I think like actually like as you're going back from that tent, because like the tent's like separate from the factory proper, then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I imagine like maybe like we get kind of a wide shot because like again we don't hear that conversation with Jesse, but we like see the two of you like meet and then kind of like walk towards the factory or whatever, and then like we're like far back away like on the camera, and we're like get up like onto a roof of a building that's like a street or so over, and it's just it's somebody like leaning up on the edge of the roof, and they've got like binoculars on, and then like somebody else comes over and like taps them on the shoulder, and they like look at him and like kind of wave them off, and then those two like disappear out of frame. So like we're clearly being watched by someone. Who could it be?
Interesting.
So, does anybody have any, as we kind of float to the next scene, like does anybody have anything that they kind of wanted to poke at or explore before I just start bowling through with all of my dumb ideas?
I think in the meantime, Artemis would be hearing sysadmin having run conversations with folks. But there's no one else in the room while working on trying to fix a locket.
Okay.
Just... what?
And I left the ladder by the hammock, by the way. It's still just sitting there.
Yeah, eventually she'll say screw it and start to try to slowly make her way down.
Edmund's just hunched over the workbench. You're not gonna like doing that too much.
I
It'll
think.
hurt.
Yep. Already does.
See? It's like I can see the future. No, I can't see the future.
An important
We can see
distinction
the
around
future,
here.
but that's all right. Like, skip that third step, otherwise you're gonna fall.
She doesn't listen and falls.
This is when
Oh, hedge.
they would turn around. See, that's called knowing the future. Because I know that step's broken.
Yeah, thanks for the warning.
Well,
If you don't
maybe
mind, I'm just gonna stay here for a moment.
it's all right. Don't charge rent, nothing. Just, if you make a mess, clean it up.
At this point, I think you get a regular knock on the door, but then it just opens, and I think I know what Jesse was looking to talk to Dot for, because Jesse got word of who came in, and it's just like looking for Artemis.
Like,
And,
who the... hey.
Hi.
Jesse, it's Artemis.
It's been a long time, Tomato.
Yes, it has, Tomato. Yes, it has.
Oh, not...
And he walks over and he like offers you a hand to kind of to get back to pull you up, and it's like nobody says that around here anymore.
That's unfortunate.
You're looking well.
Yeah, well,
I do good. We do good work.
yes, thank you. You did fine.
Good change of pace, at least. It's like just totally icing out for sysadmin. So, yeah.
Was there something you wanted, Jesse?
I mean, you staying around here with us, or you taking off after this? Because I don't know. I mean, not to be shitty. It's just last time I saw you, you kind of fucking up and vanished. So,
maybe we should take a walk.
and he like looks over his shoulder like at sysadmin and says, "Yeah, maybe we should. See you around, Doc."
Thanks for
Bye,
the help.
Jesse.
Bye.
Doesn't
Well,
even register that one.
as they walk out, and Artemis is just like, look, I know I had a lot of shit to make up for myself on my own terms. I went back for people, and everything was gone. Cassandra, they were all
Oh,
gone.
Cassandra's back.
Wait,
You
what?
you haven't heard, have you?
No.
Oh shit, they didn't tell you. Man, the people around here are useless, I swear.
Look,
Um
look,
yeah,
I know
no,
I failed
you're
you too, and I wasn't there after everything went down, and like I'm sorry.
eh. Amy, you gotta apologize too. I'm still breathing. Listen, you wanna talk to Cassandra, she's out in some fucking tent. Like you can just head outside, go left. It's purple, you can't fucking miss it around here. Look, it's good to see you and all, and you know, more stand-in heroes than dead queers, right? You know? So, anyway, I'll be around. You need me, you let Dot know. She's in charge of all this shit. Or, like the Bears, you know how it is. Yo, whatever. Anyway, I gotta get back to a patrol or whatever. I just wanted to see you, and,
Yeah.
yeah,
thanks for-
if you decide to stay, you know, like, cool. But, like, if you go, like, that's cool too. Or whatever. And he kind of
By the
wanders
way, I
off.
was using one of my weak moves.
Oh.
Confess something and seek forgiveness.
Oh, okay. You're not gonna find any in Jesse. Totally take a token for it.
Yeah.
Jesse, I don't think he has like forgiveness to give. He's just not numb exactly, but he's like, people come and go, and that's just the reality of it. And he knows he's supposed to be happy about this, but he isn't. That's kind of where he's at, and like, yeah, he like picks up like whatever weapon he's got. I guess like, yeah, maybe I imagine, yeah, actually he's got like a big fucking bow like slung over his shoulder. Because like again, the bullets have run out, and we've been using bows and arrows and shit. And he's just got like this massive, very clearly well used bow, and he just kind of like picks that back up and like goes back off to do whatever he does when he's on patrol. I mean, that does seem like a natural lead-in. Like, do you want to go talk to Cassandra, or?
Yeah, I'll go talk to Cassandra.
And where does Artemis bump into you? Like,
Me?
yeah, sorry, yes, Cassandra.
Oh
Apologies.
boy.
Eyeline thing. I'm so bad about this. You can't actually see me, or you can, but not like the way I think you can.
Yeah. Is it maybe the tent again, or are we at the? Well, no. So Artemis is looking for me before the party. So, yeah, I suppose I'd still be in that area.
It could also be like the next morning, because I don't figure
That's true.
we wouldn't have the blossoming that same day. It would be like the next night or something, or maybe even like a week later.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be right that moment, but
Yeah.
It could be
just
somewhere-
real quick.
Mhm.
Sysadmin, after y'all leave, you would hear a bunch of crashing and stuff, and the sound of the door locking. And using the weak move, isolate yourself to work on a secret personal project.
Okay. Yeah, take a token for that. Get them tokens. I mean, because like this could even be like breakfast the next day, or maybe I mean, is Cassandra like really excited or interested in seeing Artemis? Are they maybe avoiding the situation?
I think Cassandra is probably avoiding it. I think Cassandra's avoiding most things since coming back.
Okay. So yeah, so I mean, it could be like a situation of like, yeah, it's like a day or two maybe.
Yeah.
And Ember's been very excitedly like showing Artemis around with a very just like So, here's where we're like growing tomatoes. It's symbolic or whatever. Everybody does it because it makes them feel good. And like, here's where this is where we keep all the oranges. And there's this big vat full of stuff. We turned that into napalm once. It was wild. Should have been there. And this has been going on for some time. And then like the second day of just like, okay, this is where we like communally have breakfast because like we have to ration out supplies and things have to be kind of set up. And so, yeah, I think for the second day in a row, like Ember is like bringing Artemis like to breakfast. Again, like just like tailed occasionally by people not wearing nearly enough clothing, if they're wearing anything at all. It's like, just go. Like walking by, just like slaps one of them on the ass, and it's just like, woo! And it just kind of keeps going. While trying to discuss how you get food, essentially. So... And like maybe it's during that like it's Cassandra's got to eat too. Like food has to happen at some point.
Yeah,
And
I think Cassandra is
maybe they'll,
around.
like, cross paths.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I think their paths cross, but I think I think it's a weak move. I think Cassandra is really obviously trying to avoid Artemis and is clearly caught and is drawing unwanted attention to her movements in that case.
Okay. I feel like that counts because she doesn't want Artemis's attention. Oh, actually, so what happens is like Cassandra's like doing like the whole like, okay, I just need to get in and get out. And then Ember goes like, oh, Cassandra, hey, Artemis, have you met Cassandra? She is so weird. You're gonna love it. Cassandra, over.
We know each other. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Hi.
Reunion time then. Reunion.
Cassandra, cigarette?
Sorry, what was that? What did you say?
Cigarette?
No, thank you. I don't. Yeah.
Ember plucks it out of your hand in that case. Don't mind if I do. Where did you find smokes?
That is
She
one
does-
of your moves, huh? Is offering someone a cigarette.
Yes.
It's
It's one of
very
my
good.
regular moves. So,
Notably, Ember does not smoke it. She just immediately tucks it into her bra. It's currency around here. Are you kidding me?
Valid.
It's good to see you. I thought you were dead, and honestly. I looked for you after I got back, and that I couldn't find you anywhere.
Yeah, I also was pretty sure you were gone. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, but
Huh.
what's normal around here anymore? Come on. Sit. Eat. You two have so much catching up to do. And I'm like pushing you two to sit down next to each other at a table.
Okay. I'm gonna use the weak move here to ask, do you feel okay with me being here right now?
To me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, of course. I guess it's just unexpected. Everything I came back and everything was different. And I figured it sort of everything was changed, and now old things are starting to make a comeback, and it's weird, having been gone for so long.
That's true. Have you met the cis admin?
I have heard rumblings of their
Literal
presence.
ones.
Yeah, this is true.
They tend to keep very busy. And not
Yeah.
nearly as fun as the sort of rumblings I like to get up to. Never understand them.
Yeah, I've heard that they're around. I know that they do some. I guess they're sort of the closest thing we've got to medicine anymore. I don't.
Yeah, that's where they took me when I got here.
Well, medicine of the body, I suppose. Medicine of the soul, I think we have rather a lot of abundance.
Yeah, I guess so. that is sort of my role as well, or at least it was at one point.
If you feel you're up for it, I mean.
I get the feeling that the two of you have different approaches to spiritual healing.
This is probably an understatement.
She is a fuddy-duddy. Not a word I use lightly.
Fair enough, I suppose. Let's see, what else would Cassandra say here?
So, about this blossoming that we are all definitely having
Mhm.
tonight, and is gonna be awesome. And I point at Artemis, like, you have not been the guest of honor to anything in quite some time. I am so very sure. So here's how this is gonna go down. One,
Oh, they made a pretty big deal of bringing me in. I was the guest of honor, so to speak, then.
totally lost me.
Never mind.
No. You got a story to tell. I want to hear it. It's so rare we get new stories around here. I've heard the same shitty, sexy jokes like 40 times over. You should hear the
Shitty,
shit that
sexy
comes.
jokes.
Yeah, they're not very good. Like, again, that's not very. She tries, but she needs to work on her material, and yet I've already heard it a million times. My point is that we need some fresh blood in here. So no, if you've got a story to tell, I am nothing but ears.
Look, after Stonewall fell, it created a bunch of trouble inside the wall. When they finally caught me, they made a pretty big deal of hauling me into whatever passes for a prison in there. So it's really not that exciting of a story. It's how I ended up here and injured.
Oh, one of those stories.
Yeah.
She puts her hand like across the table. Again, totally not respecting your personal bubble. Just and tries to put her hand like onto yours. It just says, "If you ever need anything at all, you know," and then puts her other hand on top of that hand. You just let me know.
Puts the other hand on top of those hands.
Suddenly, it turns into a Mel Brooks movie.
Thank you.
Then looks down and realizes she's like leaning into both of your breakfasts, or both, like mine and your breakfast. Like, oh shit. It's like wiping the food away.
Yeah. Thanks for all this, but I should probably talk to Todd anyways.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, by the way, did anybody tell you about the werewolves?
I'll talk to Todd about that.
Probably, yeah. That's.
He just cuts there.
By the way, as if it's just after
Mighty
Todd.
Dubs, I'll woo.
2 days later, she hadn't thought to mention, oh yeah, lycanthropes.
A little lycanthropy, a little lycanthropy you.
All right, so it's about 9:30. I think we'll take our first break there then, and then yeah, pick this up after the break. Actually, no, because I want to escalate things a little bit before we go to break. I think we go back to that same person that's sitting up there with the binoculars from the beginning. And they're just kind of like sitting up there with their little crossbow or whatever. And they're kind of like looking around very lazily out of the thing, and they kind of shrug and get up and like go over to get like there's like a jug of water there or something, and they kind of get away from their post. And we can't see the window behind them. And they're like really close to the camera, and they're holding the glass. And then suddenly like the glass drops, and there's just like blood trickling down the front of their chest.
Hmm.
And like as they fall, we see like out through the window, somebody across the street has shot them like through the window with a big scary rifle. And on that note,
Oh.
we're gonna go to break.
It's a rifle. Does everybody hear it?
No.
Hmm.
Oh boy,
Ah.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
spicy.
We'll be back in like 5 or 10 minutes. See you then. back. We better be back. Yes, we're back. Awesome. Okay. Hey, folks. So, yeah. So we're being hassled by someone. It looks like, wow, my hair is just not. Somebody else lead the way, cause I'm gonna fix my hair. We're being hassled. It's bad.
We don't know yet.
No, we do not know yet that this is going down.
So maybe does Dot find the body?
Where someone could like report to Dot that something's going on.
No, I think that Dot, somebody would have reported to Dot. Yeah, like somebody was coming up to take the shift and found the body, and so she's like laying in her tent, and her radio starts going off.
Quick, somebody be a bear.
Hey, oh,
Okay. Dot.
What?
Jimmy's dead. I went to switch shifts with him and he's dead. Somebody shot him.
Wait, somebody what? What did him?
Shot him. It looks like it came from outside the, like outside in the wilds.
All right, I'm gonna be up there in just a second. Give me a minute. She just puts her radio down, and I'm going to take a token. I'm doing a weak move.
Oh no.
this was over a radio.
Yeah.
So yeah, when just as a general note, by the time you get there, sysadmin will already be there.
Excellent. What was Dot doing though? What's Dot getting up to?
Dot has been doing a little grafting, so she's a little bit high right now.
Oh, Dot.
So, she eventually gets up to the roof and is just like, "Did you shoot him?" and points at Sisson.
Doesn't even look up. Huh? What? No. Why would we shoot somebody? One, where'd we get a gun? Two, there it is, holding up the bullet.
Oh shit. She just kind of looks at it and kind of like takes it and like, it's a fucking rifle bullet. Why did nobody hear a rifle going off?
I don't know. Maybe must have been silenced, unless somebody just not paying attention.
You've never heard a rifle, have you?
Nope.
You know how when Ember gets
Oh yeah, no, that's what they sound like. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
should have known. Yeah. No, you're loud and you can't really silence them. Like somebody would have heard this.
Man.
Actually, I'm curious. If Dot's been grafting, does she get like whispers of whatever it is sysadmin like is hearing most of the time?
Oh.
Like Sis hears it clear as a bell, but is Dot getting just like these really far away?
Yeah, like somebody in the other room's talking. Kind
Yeah.
of
talking through like TV static.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe not like seeing people, but like outlines, like kind of at the corner of her vision, just like.
Oh, in that case, it is busy up here. And it is like it's like background in a stadium kind of conversation going on where there's just a whole lot going on right now.
She's just like, there's a lot of noise right now.
Oh, that's everybody talking. Everybody's got something to say. Some of it's useful. Let's see. There. Just points out the window.
Well, I mean, so Doc's gonna like lean over and look out the window.
And I suspect on the ground there's like someone else, either like a bear who's a guard or somebody else who was out front, also dead.
Oh, fuck. Fuck. She just points out at the other body.
I think at this point, Artemis walks up because she was looking for Dot.
Uh,
Wait,
Yeah, bring me
What's
that
happening
too.
here?
Say again?
What happened here?
I got at least 2 people that have been shot. This is a whole conversation, just like gesturing at sysadmin, but very widely to encompass all of the outlines she's seeing.
And I'm gonna do a weak move. Treat someone like a project instead of a person, and just pick up the body and just start dragging it downstairs.
Oh God! Like, is it like leaving a trail of blood behind?
A little bit.
Oh God!
Wait, get somebody to help you with that. Don't.
We got it.
There's blood everywhere.
Well, yeah, they was shot.
The loading bay where you took this truck, is that like out behind the factory or something then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like your radio like screeches to life, and somebody's just like, Mama Bear, we got big problems. There's people. We're being attacked. The radio cuts off.
Shit. Is the crossbow still there?
Yes, totally. Like if you want it to be,
I'm gonna
is.
just like bend down, grab the crossbow. I'll be back, and I'm going to spend a token to reveal a previously unmentioned skill, and you'll see her do it in a lot of pain, but she's gonna parkour her way over to the truck.
Nice.
Oh jeez. Like out the window?
Yeah, just like whatever, like
Or just like
cross
through the factory
rooftops and-
floor.
Yeah, like
something.
the roof of the factory and stuff, and then like you jump down onto the top of the truck and
Yeah, I imagine what's out there is you see like a bunch of people and they've got like guns and they are assaulting the rear entrance of our little enclave, like and yeah, I think at that point like one of them is like opening up the back of the truck to see if the food is still inside of it.
Ah, damn it. I'm gonna use a regular move to open your brain to the world psychic maelstrom.
Ooh.
And what that looks like from sysadmin's perspective is, they can normally hear folks just fine, but now it's a whole bunch of folks more or less controlling what sysadmin's gonna do.
So would this be also picking up the psychic maelstrom? Yeah.
Well, I don't think they would in this case because I believe it's when you interact with the psychic maelstrom, you put the thing down.
Yeah, but like, would the psychic maelstrom come into play as something that needs to be played?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
Okay, 'cause I have
yes.
that one.
You can totally describe like what happens with the psychic maelstrom when they open their brains.
Do tell.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you were describing how your sensory experiences when you did this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to use one of the moves for the psychic maelstrom. And sysadmin is going to just kind of see like the world go a little bit hazy. And he sees these people at the truck and they're not finding what they're looking for. And so they just kind of start picking off people until they find someone who tells them where the food went.
That's what they're doing. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Like it's telling the psychic maelstrom is like, hey, here's what's about to happen. There at the top. That's where you
All right. From that, let's see. I currently have 2 tokens. I'm going to spend a token to get out of harm's way. Oh wait. Ooh.
Or You find something better?
Decipher the hidden logic of a troubling situation.
Ooh. What does that look
So
like?
using that knowledge, they just start to go into a flurry of activity, and the radio comes to life, and sysadmin's voice kind of comes across it and just starts giving off a series of commands. It's like, Jack Bear, take 3 steps to the left. Mama Bear, walk down 2 floors, 17 steps forward, aim, fire. And just a series of commands. And it's basically the code to resolve the situation.
Oh, wow. Okay. So yeah, so I mean, then people start like,
Yeah. Like Dot hollers into the radio, you know, when they get like this, you listen to them.
Here's the question: does Artemis have a radio? Would you have given Artemis a radio? Dot?
No, Dot wouldn't have thought about it because Artemis is injured.
would Artemis have taken one?
Probably not. She probably would have just grabbed the crossbow and ran off on her own, which is kind of what she's used to doing.
Okay.
In which case, I'm going to use a regular move to take action and take action, leaving yourself vulnerable.
So you're like the one person that doesn't follow this like series of perfect commands that will like John Wick our way through this situation. You're this unknown variable now.
Yes.
Okay, so so like I guess you were down there at the place, so like maybe it's I guess people are starting like like somebody like slams the back of the truck shut and they're like it's not in here, it's got to be inside, get in there, we gotta find it.
And then that guy gets a crossbow in the neck, like a crossbow bolt in the neck.
And like maybe that like throws off the pattern slightly or something, or as these people start to move in. And I don't imagine it's like a huge
Did they
group.
already see that?
I'm sorry?
Or did they already see that?
Oh. Yeah?
Yeah, I feel
I
like
would think it was already seen. You're an unexpected variable. Everyone else is going to be safe.
Okay.
yeah, like I feel like especially because it was a strong move, like this admin dictating around what they see as Artemis's movements.
Gotcha. Okay. So then, yeah, like I imagine these like 3 or 4 other people that like make their way into the back of our facility. Like they reach down and they like start to pull someone out of like a pile of like rags or something that they've been sleeping on, and like starts to make threats to them. And it's just like, yeah, people start catching arrows and whatever else we have to hurt people with. And like, yeah, actually, like maybe like Jesse just like straight up drops it, like is like on a catwalk on top, like ahead, and like Sysadmin's like command that comes through is like just jump. And he's just like up and over and down onto top of this person, and like just knocks them to the floor. And the others kind of get like taken down as part of that. Do any of them live? Like, or do we kill these people?
2 live.
Okay.
At least I'm good. If everyone else is good with that.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
for sure. I'm just trying to think of like what happens next.
So what happens with me being left vulnerable though?
What do you think happens? You got any ideas? Because there's still a sniper out there.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have come in. They would have been doing Overwatch on the other side of the building, I think.
Okay. So I don't want to get shot by a sniper, so I'm gonna spend my last token to get out of harm's way.
Oh, well, Well, that's the thing. Is you don't necessarily have to get shot. It just has to be like that person is still out there somewhere doing something. Like,
yeah,
it could
I
be
feel
like it could be like a bullet like hits the side of the truck and misses you completely. Because like sniping is hard. It is very hard to do, and you're a mobile target. So like it could just be like
and
crack in the back
presumably
of the
that they're
truck.
not actually trained to do this.
Yeah.
In maybe like a hunter level training.
Yeah, like a stationary target, you can kind of that's probably what you practiced on. But since Artemis is moving around, you just catch like a bullet goes through. Like you just see the window in the back of the truck like shatter or whatever. And like maybe Artemis looks up and like sees like the glint of a rifle or something, and then what do you do? I don't know.
Currently I am pinned down with no radio.
True. And nobody heard the gunshots. This is not great.
No, it's not. It's not ideal.
Actually, not necessarily, because it could be that like I'm playing this character more than I'm playing Ember. Like maybe like because Jesse's back there and like pinned that one guy. Maybe that's one of the two that are alive, and like he sees like that shatter of like the window, and like just shouts into the factory like sniper, like, and then gets everybody's attention.
Fuck.
I have a move that might work here. One of my weak moves is threaten someone or something far too powerful. So I kind of want to have like Ember like kick open one of the back doors and just start screaming at this guy to pick on someone his own size. to sort of draw attention. It's like, hey, you motherfucker, I'm over here. Hey. Or I guess the stream can't see that. Hey. You want to fucking fight? You come down here and fucking fight me.
Dot will just like snatch up her radio, like somebody get her out of here.
And she's marching towards like where this shot is coming from. And I think honestly, like as she starts to walk, like a stop sign that as she's passing it, like a bullet clearly hits the stop sign like above her head. It's like, you suck.
Okay, you know what? In that case, I think I'll actually spend that token, and I will use leap forward to shield someone else from harm, and I will like run over there and get her back inside. What are you thinking?
Like, yeah, do you just like throw her inside, or do you like tackle her, or?
Yeah, throw her inside. Imagine she's outside the door a bit, so she like kind of runs in and like almost has to pick her up and throw her.
Perfect. No, like so yeah, you grab her and like kind of like throw her back in, like kind of like close the door like as another bullet hits like the door frame or whatever, and like I kind of just like slam back against a wall, and it's like, whew, you're physical.
That was not smart. What were you thinking?
What were you thinking? You were out there too. Didn't want anything to happen to you. You're cute.
Thank you. But I was out there before we knew there was a sniper. You were out there waving your hands around going, shoot me.
I wasn't gonna get shot. I knew I wasn't gonna get shot. It's fine. Like, these people can shoot for a shit anyway. Like, whatever.
I mean, we have several dead bears, but sure.
We what?
Yeah, before we knew they were here, we lost several bears to that sniper.
Oh, fuck. All right, I'll make preparations or whatever. I'll talk to Dot. God damn it. She starts to go to open the door again.
I was like,
if you
slam
don't...
it, and then the door just not that way.
She starts screaming at the door. You're such a prick! God, did you see who it was at least?
I know roughly where they are.
Okay.
If they don't move.
All right. We should go talk to the others.
I think this is the point where sysadmin just is calmly walking by the two of you.
Do you still have the body?
Yes.
What did you say his name was? Was it like
Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Yeah, I think I just said Jimmy.
Oh, not Jimmy. Jesus Christ.
Oh no, sysadmin is walking outside past both of you.
Oh,
Who's
walking
letting
outside.
Jimmy
Sorry.
look.
Wait,
Yeah.
where do you think you're going? I was just killing.
Y'all be
You know what?
careful. I put a hand on Artemis's chest to kind of stop her. It's like, best not to get in the way of this one.
Okay. If you say so. And checks her like makeshift stitches.
Ember kind of just goes, kick his ass! Shuts the door.
So, combination of moves here. First one's going to be a strong move of getting out of harm's way, which leads into a weak move of treat someone like a project set of a person using the body as a literal meat shield.
Oh, Jimmy. We hardly knew you.
And just literally walks over to where the sniper is, who's probably very panicked by this point.
Oh, yeah.
If someone is just walking and nothing is stopping them. And just reaches down and... Another weak move, tinker with an object, leaving it volatile or broken, and just snaps the gun. Just like takes it and just...
Jesus. I mean, does anybody want to jump into this guy, or...
Dot is busy like tying up prisoners and yelling orders.
Oh, I meant like, anybody want to grab this NPC? 'Cause...
Oh, the NPC. Yeah. Kind of like looks at the gun, looks at this and is like, puts the gun down and runs the fuck away.
Oh, that was a mistake.
At least tries to.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can suggest something,
Hmm?
you know who likes to chase things, who has a really strong chase instinct? Wolves.
Just whistle.
Yeah, exactly. Just real loud whistling.
There's howling and screaming.
Yeah, like maybe that's what it is. Like maybe they turn a corner and we just hear screaming.
Yeah, I think that seems to be where this poor sniper has ended up today.
As Ember kind of turns over to Artemis and just says, "Those werewolves."
I understand now.
You don't, but you will.
Yeah, so now sysadmin is walking back in and looks a fucking mess. And covered in blood, and they're just crying, snot dripping, like cradling Jimmy's body at this point, just saying thank you, thank you, thank you, over and over and over and over.
I think Ember kind of goes over to sysadmin's side and kind of like puts her hand like on their back, and it's just starts to kind of say like, I think Jimmy always wanted to help. You don't become a bear because you're here to just ride along with everything. I think he would have appreciated that you did what you needed to do.
He's mad, but he understands.
I guess I've got 2 rituals to prepare for then.
Yeah, I still need to talk to Dot. I'll see both of you later then.
Oh, you'll definitely be seeing me later. Like as she turns to face Artemis, she's all like smiles and everything again, and she turns back to Sis Admin and it's just like somber instantly. Meaning both of them, absolutely and fully. Like neither of these is like a shallow. It's just like yeah, absolutely, cutie. And then like yeah, no, this is unbelievably tragic, and you know we will burn this body with honors. Yeah, it'll be a hell of a thing. He's going back to the flame. Holy shit. Only just now I realized, I wrote down marked face. I realized what her face is marked with, and it's got a big pink thunderbolt across it.
Oh.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Yes.
Took me a while, but I got there. She looks like fucking Gem. It's great. Truly outrageous. All right.
Truly outrageous.
So yeah, like, what do we do with two of them are still alive? What do we do with prisoners? Like, I figured like maybe we like cut to like whatever that is. Like, if we've got these two people tied up somewhere.
That's not my job anymore. That's the bears. I'm
Sure.
not a bear anymore.
You're not. No, Artemis isn't. But like, I mean, as a player, like, if you've got any thoughts on it.
Dot is basically going to torture them until they give up information. Like, they came into her house and started attacking her people. She's not going to forgive that.
I'm gonna have to apologize for that too, huh?
Oh yeah. Cause yeah, like I figure like maybe what we get out of these people is that they were like they were trying to get their fucking food back because you fucking queers stole our fucking food. And that stupid bitch stole our truck and all the food that we had in it.
Who the hell are you?
So we'd kind of talked during the break that like maybe this was like just the allies, that Artemis had boosted a truck that was close to the wall, and that's where we had kind of stationed them. So like maybe this poor person that you've got tied up just says like sort of spits and says like, we're the people who were supposed to fucking save you.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking idiot.
Dot just grows like really cold and quiet. And she leans down. If you hadn't withdrawn your support the minute we did something you didn't like, we wouldn't have had to steal your fucking food. And just walks out. Tells the bear at the door, you know what to do. I'm done with them.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, so I think like as you're leaving, they start screaming about like being a fucking psycho. Like, you burned all those people, you fucking psycho. You know, they were right about you. They were right about you, I think. And like, that's the, like, and then like the door shuts and we don't hear anything else. Like, just the silence at that point. Those two nice people are very dead, aren't they? Oh, yes.
I'm gonna use a weak move, take apart something crucial to repurpose its parts.
Okay.
We'll just go from there.
Wait, no. We have to be a little more transparent than that. Like, what did you take apart?
People.
Are these two people crucial? Is what I would put forward to you.
I mean, they might be crucial to relations with.
Okay, you know what? Then yes. Then that is definitely. Congratulations, we've escalated the situation in that case. Before it was bad, now they are like legitimately pissed at us. Or not legitimately, but like really pissed at us. Fantastic.
But it saved some lives from people that were injured. Because, you know, no plan's perfect.
Yeah. That being said, hey Dot, you now know that those people are here because they're pissed off that Artemis specifically took a bunch of shit from them. Does Dot have any feelings about that?
I think at this point is when Artemis actually walks up because she was looking for Dot and is like, "Oh, Dot, I need to talk to you."
About what?
So Is she still here?
Who?
Jenna, my daughter, is she still here?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay.
She's one of my followers, by the way.
Oh, okay. I think she hangs out with Ember a lot.
A lot.
Jeez.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks for keeping track of that for me and, keeping her safe.
So you stole food from the Allies, huh?
Oh, wait, I stole food from who? I didn't know who I just needed a truck.
That's fine.
I wouldn't, if I walked across that open expanse of land, I would have bled out
No,
before I
you
got
wouldn't
here.
have made it. You wouldn't have made it. No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I just need to know what I'm working with.
Oof.
Okay. Again, thank you.
Yeah. Go find Jenna.
She will leave.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine it's getting dark again at this point. I think I don't know if I would be doing this up on the roof or if we have a special place set aside for this. But I want to. One of my regular moves is commence a ritual, and I figure like we've got some dead that we need to bury essentially. And my thought is that between the fact that we're in a city and because we've got something of a, or at least the torch has something of a fire theme, I was thinking like maybe we burn our dead, like maybe we cremate them. I'm sure.
Just from a practical point of view, body's bad, cremation safe.
Yeah.
Basically, that just makes a lot of sense to me. But
Like that's definitely something Dot would have been like, yeah, that makes sense. We should start doing that.
Yeah. And I think we've definitely like ritualized that into kind of a like, this is how we mourn. So do you I want to get people's feelings on that. Like, is it in my head? It's like we go up on the roof and do this, but maybe starting a giant fire on the roof of our building is not the smartest idea.
No.
I want to do something cool though. So like, where the hell do we burn people? Like
By the river, I think.
Oh, out by the river.
That makes sense.
Both because it's a pretty place with the river running through and all of that, but also because it's practical. If the fire gets out of hand, there's plenty of water right there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So I think yeah, we gather up people and we head out. Like anybody who wants to go, we head out to the river.
This admin definitely will not be there.
Yeah, of us, who all will be there?
Artemis will be there.
Dot will be there. Like for her people.
I think it makes sense for Cassandra to be there, but I don't know what she would say.
Oh, we'll find out once things start happening then. If you're not sure. Again, always feel free, jump in. And I think Ember's wearing something like for her, it's demure, like it's still she's wearing a dress, but and it's it flares out at the waist and it hits her ankles, but also like it's got like this corset top kind of thing that's way too tight and showing a bit of cleavage. But like for her, this is subdued. She's wearing oh no, would she not wear black? Because that would be too obvious. Like maybe she's wears white to funerals or something. She's
red.
So fucking red. Nailed it. Yes, she wears red to a funeral. And I think yeah, we've got like the bodies of the people who died there and they're covered. Like we don't have great supplies, so they're just like shitty tarps or whatever, and like we've spray painted the lightning bolt on them. And I feel like the family members or lovers or whatever, like the close people of it, or like the person that was closest to them, like they. Tell me if this is too cheesy, but like I imagine that they come up one by one, and then at the feet of the bodies, they leave one little tomato just right there at their feet, just kind of like set it down, and then I start giving some words about like this was Jimmy. He was this incredible bear, had the strongest, the most wonderful smile, and always made time for people, and all those wonderful things you say when someone passes away. And then we don't have like a big cool torch or anything. We've just got like shitty little like those fireplace lighters, and it's like, oh, we make do out here. And like lights the bonfire of the three bodies there, and then kind of like stands back to watch. And then it's just like us, like, but with the flames like reflected on us. And there's tons of people around here. Several of them are being extremely emotional. There's a lot of people crying, some very loudly, as we put these bears to rest. But if anybody doesn't have anything, we can then move on to the next thing.
Artemis would probably go for the Dot and just, what's over there? Like pointing it across the river.
And Dot is kind of like staring into the fire, and she's like wearing full leather. They're all mismatched pieces, like obviously very loved, very old. But just boots, pants, jacket, vest, hat.
Jesse is too, for whatever he can manage to find. Absolutely.
When Artemis comes up, she kind of looks away from the fire and like, I don't fuck know. It's a windmill. It gives power to this computer. I haven't been over there, but people who have come back with some stories.
A computer?
Yeah. Apparently it's hooked up to the internet. Didn't realize that was still a thing.
Interesting.
We haven't had a chance to go over there and see what's up.
I think during this, a small group of people kind of like walk up after the body's been burning for a while. And we would recognize them. They're in human form, but they're some of our wolf friends. And they're very, very angry, I think, about the situation here on account of Artemis stole some shit and brought trouble in here. And so here's the thing, is I kind of want to get into an argument with one of these werewolf people about what went down, but I can't play both Ember and an angry werewolf. So I wanted to put that on the table, that there's some people. Yes, Jack, would you like to be an angry werewolf? That would be great. Wow. What are the werewolves called? Like, what do we call? Do we have a name for them?
I don't think we ever did.
Well, sure, but I mean, I'm sort of putting forward, like, do we have any ideas of like what we would call? Like, if we were saying like hello, I'd be like, hello, werewolf friend. Hello, children of Gaia.
Hello, Paw Patrol.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You know what? I'm gonna stick with my gut and just pull a fucking World of Darkness over here and just be like, yes, the children of Gaia. We are, we're mourning our dead here, but yes, can I help you?
Why the hell were people with guns here?
The same reason there are always people with guns here. Look, listen, it was taken care of. There was just a misunderstanding over some food. But we handled it.
Elaborate.
And like reflexively, I look over at Artemis.
You!
Oh shit! No, 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 no. Oh.
What did you do? Nope.
Hey,
Just
hey.
walking past Ember.
Dot's gonna kind of get between Wolf Friend and Artemis. Be like, hey. What's going on?
What did she do?
She was injured, trying to get out of the city, the fucking hegemony. She took a truck. She wouldn't have made it here otherwise.
Listen, this is just
Just
a really
looking past Dot and was it worth it?
Not now, no.
No, it still was worth it. Hold on. You're here. We have
Yeah,
enough
but because
food.
of that, several other people aren't.
Yeah, but because of you, we also now have enough food for months.
listen. I know part of our agreement is that we weren't going to bring any trouble into the area. I know that we weren't supposed to start any fights with anybody, but like, listen, sometimes trouble just finds its way to our doorstep. And, you know, I really feel like, listen, your help was definitely appreciated. You are welcome to a share of it, honestly. We will be having a blossoming soon, once people have had time to mourn. You could enjoy it with us, please. You're always welcome around here.
You know I protect my people. I'll protect yours too. And I'm going to take a token for using a weak move.
Which one?
Promise something you can't possibly deliver.
Yep, accurate.
Just looking at Dot.
She's not going to flinch. She's going to stare back.
Oh, now we're gonna hold you to that.
Then, I always appreciate being held close.
Now, Ember.
And just
Yeah. And I take off. Oh.
wolf.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as they're out of sight, Dot's just going to like, how the fuck do I protect werewolves? Oh, fuck.
And Ember turns to Artemis and is just like, congratulations, that's 2 of our friends you've pissed off inside of 1 week. You have any other
That was my friend.
superpowers?
Fortunately, no. And
Dot
she
just go ahead.
walks away into the dark.
And she just... And then Ember's like saying this, and then she just walks away. And then you just walk away!
Oh.
Dot, your friend is an asshole.
Oh, she's chilled out a lot. It's fine.
That's terrifying.
Still not a lot. It's true, but
She's
God.
like a team player now.
Ah, fuck this. I need a drink and a smoke and a lay.
Same.
And Ember starts making her way back.
randomly from the crowd. Big mood.
Sadly, I didn't quite manage to botch a ritual, exposing myself to risk of ridicule, but I got close. That's okay. I don't need more tokens.
so
Yeah, going across a river. What's up?
yeah. I'm gonna go use the computer, and I'm gonna use a weak move to accidentally open myself up to the psychic maelstrom.
I'm the digital realm.
So yeah, so like,
Okay.
so you find this computer. What the fuck happens?
Let's see. What do I have again? Shared knowledge and traffic secret. Oh, this is gonna be great. So I have 2 moves that I can do. I'm going to introduce a glitch
Okay.
because that was a weak move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, you got a little bit of a brainworm going on now, and you're hearing a lot more of the whispers and things like that, and they are not happy.
Okay.
I think she's picking up the loudest voices right now are the voices that just passed.
Yeah, actually, I think as you were making your journey, like I think as people are starting to leave it, the rain starts, and like by the time you get into this, the rain has really picked up, and it's just like pounding down on this place, this shack or this building, this store, whatever it is that has this computer in it. It's just buckets of rain.
Oh, and so what do you do? Apparently, I'm supposed to ask that after a move.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
She breaks down, like, with all these voices that she kind of blames herself for. She just kind of breaks down right there at the computer, just starts crying.
And I think that would lead into the psychic maelstrom because that's what you were doing at the computer.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of one and the same in our situation, honestly. So yeah.
Yep.
A little bit, yeah, but their desires are a little bit different things.
Yes, true.
So, one of the desires that I picked for the psychic maelstrom was fervent intimacy. So, like, I feel like it kind of creeps a little bit into your mind, and you just have this desire to be with someone right now, which is hard because it's pissing down rain and you're hearing voices and what the hell.
You've completely isolated yourself, really.
I think that's going to lead to a crying Artemis stumbling back into town, probably looking for Ember and possibly her daughter, just because she still hasn't actually gone and said, I'm still alive.
Sure. Like yeah, like maybe yeah, like we just we cut back to that entryway where I've got my little tent of carnal delights just inside the entry, and like we have like a low shot of the doorway and like Artemis's like just soaked footsteps as you're coming through, and the camera slowly like pans up, and this time I'm just kind of like standing by it. And just it's like, did you find what you were looking for?
No. They earlier Dot told me that Jenna hangs out. She spends a lot of time with you. I was kind of looking for her.
Yeah, she hasn't been sure what to say to you either. She told me. I knew. I've known for a few days. She's a good kid. She means well. But let's get you inside. Come on. And I like usher you like into the tent, and towards like a heater, like a space heater or something like that in there. Like come on, in here, out of wet clothes, into dry clothes. Come on. And in as like horny and handsy as she has been, like this one, she very much gives you your space of like, here's some stuff. Here's just a small random collection. Some of them have Dalewood logos on them of things you can wear that are dry.
Merch.
Yes, because again, we're in that fucking margarine factory. And she kind of like plops herself down on the opposite side of it, let's see. Sorry, I'm skimming through my move list here just to see if there's anything interesting I could do.
I guess at this point, like, he's trying to warm up. She don't cigarette, but they're no good anymore. They're all wet and soggy, but she does it anyways.
It's like, you know what? I'm sure I know someone who will definitely find a use for this. Thank you. This one I do not tuck into my bra. This one I like set behind some pillows somewhere and just be like, "That's very sweet of you." Yeah, I don't have any really good moves here. Listen, what was your daughter's name again? It was
Jenna.
Jenna? Jenna. Okay. I'm gonna go get Jenna. I need you to understand that she's probably different from the last time you saw her. It's been a long year. And I get up and head out the back of the tent. And then I bring Jenna in, and does somebody want to be Jenna? Because if I'm in this scene, that doesn't really super work for me to also play Jenna. I need to be Ember.
All right, I will be checked.
Because I figure I'll like bring her back in, and it's like as I'm bringing Jenna back in, it's like, I know you two probably want some time alone, but she asked me to be here.
It's fine.
And I situate myself as far away as you can get in a makeshift lean-to tent with a space heater in the middle of it, but I kind of scooch back over there into the shadows.
Jenna just kind of quietly kneels on a pillow.
I'm sorry I haven't found you earlier. I know I should have came back. I know I promised I'd be back faster than this.
What happened?
So much. I got back. Everything was destroyed. I lost control. It was my fault. I kept poking the bear, and there's so many people dead because of it. VPS. They're all... And then today, I need you to know that I wanted to be here, that I wanted to make it back.
So, a lot that's happening. Like, you can't keep blaming yourself for people dying. We would all be dead if we didn't do something about it. We're gonna die. People have died. People will die again. And you came back.
You're not sure how, but Ember has produced 2 cups of tea. Not in like a matching tea set or anything. One's in like a weird crummy cup, and one's like in a #1 dad cup or something. And just like, like these god awful mugs that she's found, and sets them down between the two of you.
I mean, part of it would be funny if all of a sudden she's just laying out this perfect tea set.
Or if we think that's better, if we think that fits better.
I mean, the mismatched cups definitely fit, so it'd just be funny to think just all of a sudden she's sitting there and all of a sudden, oh hey, wait a minute. Just sets out a perfect tea set.
But yeah, she sets out tea between the two of you.
Thank you for that.
Don't thank me until you drink it.
I haven't had any kind of tea in a long time. So thank you.
Dina just like takes the cup and drinks it all in one gulp. Oh, it's not lace this time. Okay.
I figured it would be impolite. You've got your mom here. Like, that would be weird, right? Well, I'm glad things are going well with the two of you. I'm gonna go. You two catch up however much you need to. And, wow, super awkward with your mom in the room. Whenever you're done, Jenna, if you could just let me know. And,
Jenna's gonna like reach up and grab Ember's wrist. Be like, thanks.
And I put my hand on top of your hand, and it's just like, you're extremely welcome. But don't worry, you'll pay me back later.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
And yeah, I think maybe we like kind of pull back there from that conversation, that sort of moment between mother and daughter like reunited. As much as I don't want to cut away, but unfortunately we don't have a ton of time left.
Oh, geez.
Always too short. I'm really curious what the heck was going on in sysadmin's lab though, because they weren't at the funeral.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, now that actually you leaving is the perfect moment where you'd probably like physically run into sysadmin outside the tent.
Oh yeah, okay, like boom. Ah, son of a. Oh hi.
Oh, Ember.
Yeah.
Artemis is in there, right?
You can't go in there. I'm kind of pushing you back. That yes, Artemis is super in there, and that is for her to have. She is talking to Jenna. I've loaned Jenna to her for a little while, so just you be nice.
Oh, that makes sense. And it's like holding up a like old like a guitar amp dial. She'll need this afterwards. Then just walks back to the shack.
Well, which she? Jenna or Artemis? Fuck it. I open up the flap and just kind of toss it in. I'll figure it out.
Oh no! Takes with.
Oh! Sorry, I thought you were handing it. My apologies.
No.
Okay. You're not interested in explaining what that means by any chance?
Are you actually interested?
Well, my evening plans are shot, so yeah, screw it.
Come on then. Like,
yeah,
welcome
and
to
sorry,
shack,
yes, I follow you wherever you're leading. Poor Ember.
yeah, it goes back in, and like points to the side of their head where there's an identical kind of dial.
I start to reach for it. Do you stop me?
No.
I fiddle with it.
And it gets really loud in here.
Ha. Back down. What the hell?
Feedback. You need to control it.
What have you been grafting with? What?
Again, just like looking over your shoulder. Yeah. I mean, we could.
You know I can't hear them, says admin.
Would you like to?
I have my own ways.
This is why we don't talk very often.
Well, yeah. Honestly, yes. It's one of many reasons why we really don't talk very often.
Well, long version, short version, medium version.
Any version. Just give me a version. Give me a 1.0.
She's starting the same path. She'll get there eventually. She logged on.
Wait. You're like this because of that. That's what happened?
Yeah, once you log on and connect.
People just said they found the internet. They didn't say that they got turned into cyborgs.
We're not cyborgs. We talk to each other. That was the whole point of the internet, was communication. And now we communicate.
But like, and I'm just like pointing at my head and then kind of out to everything around. Holy shit, this is bigger than I thought. I really need that drink.
Oh, I have a new batch.
We should save that for the blossoming. But
I'll
I'd
bet
love
you
to
it is.
sample it.
Just walks over and grabs a quart of motor oil and just like sets it in front of you.
Okay,
There you go.
haha. No, very funny. Thank you, says that. You know, Jesse was right about you.
What did Jesse say?
That you're super weird and like robot-y, and you know what? That's not fair. I think Jesse's just, you know how Jesse is about BBS.
He's hurt. He misses BBS. BBS misses him too.
We all do. I mean, not Jesse. We miss BBS. Sorry. Yeah. The map was. And I just let that trail off and then just kind of like look up at the building. Everything,
Yeah.
I guess.
It was important. And sysadmin is gonna like pick up the quart of motor oil and crack the top and take a swig out of it. And it smells very strongly of alcohol.
Wow. We should definitely save it for the blossoming. I've changed my mind. Thank you. Well,
Well, it's not like I had any other container to put it into.
It's fantastic. Listen, it's a quarter after, and she's not wearing a watch. It's a quarter after when I have to go. So I'm just gonna leave you to your little whatever all of this is here. This whole thing. So
We'll see you soon. Real
Y'all-
soon.
y'all take care of y'all. Because I imagine Ember, like, she has a somewhat of an understanding, because she also deals with psychic phenomenon, just not nearly in quite the form or with clarity that I think sysadmin does. Yeah, and as much as I hate to be super mechanical about this, we've probably got about time for, like, one more scene in here somewhere, so this is a good time if anybody's got something they really want to get in, before we have to kind of wrap it up. Then I suppose this could be a few days later. We pick up again. I think the only other thing
What's
we really said.
Cassandra doing?
I don't know. My brain is so I'm having trouble focusing. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It happens.
I got nothing. I've sort of just been along for and enjoying listening to the ride. I'm not. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, what the hell do we think Cassandra's been doing? I mean, like we said, she's been kind of weird since she came back.
Yeah.
I don't know if well, actually, you know what? No, I totally know what happens. I need a random character because this doesn't make sense from Ember. Who's someone that would want to leave? Would it be Jesse? Would Jesse be one of the people that wants to leave for the garden?
Oh.
Maybe.
No, I don't think so, because Jesse's just gotten harder and harder. I don't think
Yeah.
Jesse's ready to just put it down. Jesse wants to fight.
That's the thing. Yeah. Shit.
I do
okay.
think it makes sense though for Cassandra to be leading a group of people who want to leave.
Yeah,
If
and that's the thing.
Get
It's
that,
like,
yeah.
Oh, I got something for you.
yeah, lay it on me.
So I'm going to spend a token, and I'm going to do a strong move to have everything required to fix or make a thing right away with no compromises or sacrifices.
Ooh, okay.
And they finish their project.
What is the collective?
Oh. Interesting.
Okay, so what? Tell us what happens. I mean,
All right, so minor body horror. So this admin is going to bring a cloaked person to Cassandra, and say, I have someone here that needs your help.
What's going on?
They need to go with you out to the forest. Right? Right.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah.
They're friends, and they're new. And person will pull back a hood to reveal a like very patchwork face, like stitched together. It's bits of flesh and bits of metal and plastic and things like that. And they, who wants to be the Frankenstein?
You know what? I'll be Frankenstein.
Okay.
What?
Actually, that's good because this leaves opportunities for me with Jesse. So this is good.
Please help. Take me with you.
Yeah, of course. Yes, I can do that. When do we leave?
Soon, right?
I guess so.
No, addressing. We need a name.
Yeah, who's the Frankenstein?
We want to go Promethean with it, or
Well, we talked about it at the break. That Frankenstein's already got a name. Didn't
oh
we?
jeez, I don't.
It was a ghost.
That's
You
what
were
I
talk-
was
You were
thinking.
talking about making a
Right,
machine. You were talking about making a
right.
machine for a ghost. A
Yeah,
body
that's
for a ghost.
right. It's this is BBS.
Oh. Hi, BPS. How have you been doing?
Better.
That's good to hear. So you want to leave for the forest, huh?
Yes. I think it's best.
I agree. I think there's a chance to make something different out there. I think that makes sense. I think that might be the end of the scene. I have a
No,
Oh.
go ahead.
I was going to say I have a token, and I have a strong move that lets me move unseen, and I also, like I said, have a friend who hides light waves, and so I think we'd be able to do it, certainly. So if we just kind of quietly leave, I feel like that fits Cassandra. I feel like she's been kind of being avoidant, and so I don't know, that feels right for her. I think she just kind of sneaks away.
So many ghosts, both literal and figurative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it makes sense to see. So we get that scene of her and the cloaked BBS bot, and probably like a small contingent of people,
Yeah.
who have packed up, and like as they're starting to leave, like the lights in the like in that very like industrial, like you pull a lever and then it's like chung 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 as the lights slowly start to warm up in the place that you get with shitty fluorescence. The lights in the factory start to come on, and like at first it's a bunch of like white light like spilling out through the windows, but then you get like pink and blue and all these other awful colors, and like really loud music that you're hearing through a wall, starts to play. And because I'm mad at myself for not including it on the playlist I built for this game, I think it's Erasure. I think Erasure's A Little Respect starts playing. It's that dun 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 dun, like it starts coming through the walls as we're pulling back, and like the camera like kind of goes up, and we see like Jesse is up at that window, the window that still has like the bullet hole through it, and he's sitting there and he's watching as everybody starts to leave, as he sees like the back of what, like maybe he knows it's BBS, maybe or not, but he's seeing like that procession kind of start to walk away as Ember's like firing up the blossoming for Artemis. And I mean, like is Dot maybe up there with him, you think, or like?
Yeah, Dot is probably going to be up there with him, watching them go.
Yeah,
just kind of smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, perfect. Like, yeah, that's the thing. As I imagine, it's like it's like she lights up or something, and like as the music kind of starts to swell a little bit, and like she takes it and like passes it over to him, and like he just kind of takes a very long drag on it, and we follow the smoke up and up as the music continues to like rise and rise in volume, and we kind of like look up into the night sky, and then that's the end. Over an Erasure song.
Yeah.
Wow.
No reason, drive a man to forsake his lover. Don't you give me no, don't you give me no, don't you give me no, don't you give me no. And then, so,
Yeah.
Anyway, song goes on like that. I'm not a great singer.
Play.
Yeah, and then the credits run.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we end there. And that's our tale. And that's where we leave them. Yeah. I kind of don't know how to wrap this one up. I feel this was really special to me that I got to do this. Y'all are a fantastic group of people. I couldn't have asked for a better bunch of players to follow me down this unbelievable and weird and wild journey in our delightfully gay way. Thank you so much. And also, again, shout outs to the channel. Shout outs to Throck. Thank you so much for letting me do this. So yeah, I guess we'll do our outros here. We'll go around, we'll plug some stuff. Yeah, what we'll do is I want to get, who you are, where you are on Twitter, anything you want to plug, and as part of that, just like if you have any closing thoughts about everything tonight, everything these last 3 weekends, please, again, Jack, starting with you, if you don't mind kicking us off, if you're good. If you're not good,
Yeah, I'm good.
okay.
I'll do the rote thing first. So
Yeah.
Hey everybody, I'm Capjack, or at Captain J Cross on the Twitters, and you can find me all over the place here on Welcome to the Party on Friday nights. You can find me here for Dragon Dark Days, our 5th edition game, where we're running through the Tomb of Annihilation, and every other Saturday, so obviously not today, but next Saturday, our Sabbat Berlin 1966 game comes back. But let's get to tonight and the past couple weeks, and it's been a hell of a ride. It's been full of ups and downs and crying and hard emotions, and yeah, just playing a whole series of different characters and environments and things like that, and it's been possibly one of the most intimate and emotional gaming series I've been part of in a very, very long time, and it was amazing, and I'm sad for it to be over, but it's nice that it's ending on a more positive note than I would have expected from everything else that had happened, so I'm very happy with that. I like hope at an end of a tunnel, so it was good, but it's been a thing.
Yeah.
And I've loved every goddamn second of it, so thank you, Fox, and everyone else for doing this. Meh.
Michi, you good? You good to go next?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so then yeah.
So hello, I'm Michi. You can find me on Twitter at Michisaurus. I am here on Monday nights playing Masks with both Fox and Nerdy, which is great. I am here every other Thursday playing Pokemon with Nerdy. We're the bad guys, except my character who is completely oblivious somehow to everything.
Low wisdom.
Low wisdom. Very, very low wisdom. And then I'm also here on Sunday afternoons in our Legend of the Five Rings campaign, which is also a podcast. And it's apparently people are liking it, so I'm cool with that.
I need to catch it. I just need to find the time.
It's so good.
I love L5R.
But yeah, this game, like Jack said, it's a very intimate experience. Like I had said earlier, like usually when I'm gaming on a stream game, I'm very aware that there's an audience, and I do play to the audience a little bit, try to be entertaining, all of that. But with this game, it hasn't, like, I know the audience is there, but it feels more like that this game is about the players here and telling those stories. And so yeah, it's been a lot. I've loved this.
Okay. Connor, if you're good to go next, you're next.
So I'm Connor. I'm on Twitter at Connor A. Walters. That's really the only thing that I have to plug right now. As far as talking about this game, it's been a really fantastic experience. It's sort of something that I jumped into not very, very long after publicly coming out as non-binary. So I was kind of like, let's jump right into this thing.
Oh, wow.
And it's also been my first experience with streaming any kind of RPG thing. And so it's been an interesting experience. I feel like we've directly and indirectly across our 3 games tackled a lot of different issues and things that come up in queer communities. We've talked about at certain points, gatekeeping and who feels queer enough, and we've talked about family dynamics, and we've talked about the different kinds of sexualities, in the sense of, even tonight there was sort of, we had Ember, who was very open and free, and there were other characters who were not quite so. And so it's just been a really interesting rainbow of experiences, to use an extremely lame cliche visual image. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I really enjoyed having the chance to do this thing, and I appreciate the crowd that I had for doing it. So thank you so much.
Totally. And Nerdy, you're up next.
Hi, yeah, I'm Nerdy. You can find me on Twitter at NerdyTeddy. As mentioned, I run the Mass game Monday nights. Definitely come check that out this week. It's going to be primordial supervillains versus teenagers, and somebody might die. So it'll be fun. And I'm also in the Pokemon game. And got some podcasting stuff to come up. Make sure you check out all our new podcast stuff. We are now on Podbean, Google, and we should be on iTunes as well. So you should be able to find us. It should be everywhere but Podbean. It should be Welcome to the Party. Podbean, it is RPG Welcome Party.podbean.com. So you can check out all that stuff. We got lots of new stuff coming, and I'm working on wrangling my own original content for that. So, and as for this, Jack, I have to say I fucking love you for Frankenstein and BVS. That was awesome. Thank you so much for all of this, and of course, yes, it's been a very emotional ride and stuff. So, thank you, Fox, for putting this together and having the idea.
Oh, absolutely. Couldn't do it without y'all. Yeah, Fox, huh? Guess that's me. Hi. At Fox_Baird on the Twitter. I'm gonna keep the boring part brief. Yeah, I'm in the mask game. It's fantastic. We'll see if I'm in the mask game much longer because Mallory's about to do something real dumb. So I might be leaving it very soon. Sunday nights, Emissaries of Avithna, midnight Eastern time. If you think this game's horny, that game's 20 times hornier. Come check us out. I know we're on at a god awful hour, but if you ever wanted to watch basically if you're interested in furries kissing mops, come on by. Emissaries of Avithna. It's fantastic. So here's what I'll say. Actually, I want to say every person involved is queer, and every character in some capacity, I think, I'm not sure about one of our characters, but like I play a trans woman in that game. I play a little halfling trans lady, and she's fantastic. Like, we've got several non-binary folk. If you loved what you saw here, that game is almost even gayer somehow. So come check out Emissaries of Avithna in all seriousness. And Kate's an amazing GM. I love her to death. Oh, y'all, I could not, to both you and to the audience, I just want to say thank you for coming out. Pun intended. I couldn't have asked for a better group of people to see me down this journey. This was unbelievably important to me. In a sense of, Welcome to the Party is a fantastic community, and it is very, very queer and extremely friendly to us. And when I saw that we didn't have something specifically for Pride Month, it just felt like a hole. It just felt like this weird gap that we needed to fill. And you have helped me fill it with so much love and so much. Oh man, somebody drove their party bus over right as we're ending. Hi Raid, sorry, we're about to wrap up. So we super appreciate it though. God. Yeah, you know what? I had something else for the ending of this thing, and we're starting to run a little long, but screw it. I'm gonna throw that out because something I've been thinking about a lot lately. So there's this phenomenon I've noticed, right? For the last handful of years. You get enough queer people in one place, you get us into a little group, and there's always this moment where somebody says something and the whole group falls silent. And it's like, we all like have that, like, we look at our shoes and we have that sigh of just like, yeah, because we're all sharing some psychic trauma that we've all been through at different times and through different lenses. And I've seen total strangers experience this. And I always laugh. Like, the joke I always make is, we should really have some kind of snappy compound German word for those moments. Because, like Schadenfreude or whatever. But it occurs to me that we kind of do actually have a word for that. And it's just solidarity. It's like, it's that moment of like looking at someone else and you're seeing in them like that awful black pit that you have been in, and you're seeing all of that reflected back at you. But because it's and like, like in your heart of hearts, like, you would reach in and pull that person out of that place, like in a heartbeat. And because it's a reflection, you realize in that moment, holy shit, they would do that for you too. And even when like nobody else in your life would. And I guess what I'm trying to say, what I want people to take away from this whole thing is reach out to those people in your life that are in that fucking dark place. Pull them out. Good night, y'all. Stay safe.